Good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of NDB Media's Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing very well. Today is December 9th, 2023, and we are going and blowing on the Extravaganza here on the NDB Media Network. It is Saturday again. Wake up. We're going to be discussing all the news of the week and even what might be upcoming. So be ready, be bold. This is Sports Talk with the Guys. Morning, Almighty. How you doing, young man?
Good morning, Scorekeeper. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning.
Woo! Way up and early in morning. How are you guys? I mean, I'm shocked. I usually have a co-host that will join me just before I go live, but to have two co-hosts, ooh, that makes this well, to quote Star Trek, a menage a trois. But anyway, I know. Sorry, I got my Star Trek joke in a bit early. But good morning. It was really nice. You guys even beat me in early. I mean, I was there before you guys, but you guys were in with about 2 minutes to go. Ooh, I'm getting emotional.
Well, I was in earlier, but then I got a message from Liz. She didn't have the link, so I hurried up and did the link stuff. So
I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah, I was complaining.
Liz, by the way, here's my phone. It is still plugged in, so I didn't take it.
Are you kidding?
So I was frustrated all night. I didn't wake up early. I did. I woke up around 4 o'clock. I was like, there's no way it's going to happen. So I was up and down watching, I don't know, stuff on YouTube, and I was trying to get going. And then finally, I'm like, okay, it's 5:12. Okay, I'll get up in about 2-3 minutes, no problem. And then I looked over my iWatch, and I was like, 5:54. No, 5:44. Come on. So I had a hustle, and I got out here, and I do want to say that Husker, that cat you've seen in videos and stuff, my cat, she actually spent the night in the room for one of the first times. Because as you know, we lost a cat, Ryan. Orion was taken out by some coyotes, and she would not spend time in Orion's old box. She knew it was his, and she would not go in there. And she finally did last night. She spent the night in the room, in her own little box, which was really kind of cool. And is really happy about that. So she's still inside, smart little kitty, while I'm out here freezing. And speaking of freezing, we're just going to get down and dirty and get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 49 degrees. I know Richard and Liz are laughing at me because it is cold. It's going to get to a high of 70. It's going to be an overnight low of exactly what it is right now, 49. Humidity is 45%. Pressure is 30.17 inches. Visibility is 10 miles. I know. And even though the sun will not rise for another 39 minutes or so at 6:44 a.m., sunset will be at 4:41 p.m. local time here in Southern California. The wind is heading to the south, slight westerly askance or angle, whatever, at 3 miles per hour. Dew point is 28 degrees. UV index, it's 6:04 a.m., 0 of 11. And the moon phase is a waning crescent. So taking a quick look at sports history, ladies and gentlemen, on this day, back in 1913, John K. Tanner becomes president of baseball's National League. As well as the 1949, the NFL merges with the AAFC. I know, sorry, I didn't beep that out. The Cleveland Browns, San Francisco 49ers, and Baltimore Colts join the league intact. Other teams in New York and Los Angeles are merged with existing units. Back in 1992, Cincinnati Reds owner Marge Schott apologized for racist comments. I believe at the time she was just flat out racist and stupid. There was a moment where she even said that Hitler was a good guy. I don't know where you got that from. She's a psycho. She's dead. But that's moving on. Back in 2019, on today, the World Anti-Doping Agency bans Russia from all major sporting events, including the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, which were, of course, moved to 2021, and the 2022 Football World Cup in Qatar for manipulating laboratory data. Woohoo! I'm telling you. And it looks like we lost Liz again. But Liz is...
there's some... Yeah, all of a sudden you guys just all like froze and then it dropped me.
We froze. Of course.
You were Okay, fine. You guys might have been talking, but you froze on my screen and I got dropped.
Almighty, did you freeze?
No.
Were you being accused of freezing or frozen? I don't know. Oh, no, froze is the operative word, the present tense. We froze. Do you feel like you froze?
Nope.
I don't. I mean, I'm freezing, but that's not the same as froze. Morning, Liz.
Morning.
I'm an ornery little SOB this morning, so it's okay.
Yes, you are.
Yes, it was just carry over from last night. But hey, it is what it is. But far be it for me to get to it. Folks, we're going to get to a lot of stuff. I'm going to do my quick little thing. The last one I'm going to go over right now is National Rugby League for what is going on down under. As you know, they're playing the Harvey Norman All-Stars. The Indigenous will be taking on the Maori in February of next year. So I forgot the Telstra Premiership was played, I believe, a week or 2 weeks ago. So I am sorry. The National Rugby League will return in February. So I'll have to make a note of that. So I'm not looking back over there again. So, all right. But beyond that, that's it. Do you guys want to get to anything in particular? I believe Almighty already has a story for us.
Yeah, but
Wow. You want to get to that one right now, Almighty? Please lead us off. I'll go ahead and put that one in the chat room for everyone.
Go ahead and see if I can find it here. All right. Chiefs wide receiver Justin Ross suspended 6 games with 5 already served. And from Kansas City, Missouri, the NFL suspended Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Justin Ross 6 games for violating the league's personal conduct policy. Ross has missed the past 5 games while on the commissioner's example list, so his suspension will be lifted after Sunday's game against the Buffalo Bills. Ross was paid while on the exempt list and will remit his salary for the 6 games. Ross was arrested in Shawnee, Kansas, a suburb of Kansas City, in October and charged with domestic battery with no priors, a misdemeanor, and criminal damage to property between $1,000 and $25,000, which is a felony. Ross played in the Chiefs' first 7 games this season and has 3 catches for 34 yards.
Wow.
So another player and another domestic violence case. So
yeah,
Yeah,
become an epidemic.
I don't. Well, I don't know if it's an epidemic. And speaking of epidemics, I do want to welcome the Big Dog. And the reason why I did this segue is for a while there, Big Dog had an ongoing segment where he would talk about not necessarily NFL football players, but there was always something going on every week. So I don't know, Big Dog, you were the one that was keeping track for a while. You just came in on this article. I don't know if you even saw the links that we placed, but personal conduct policy violation, 6 games. He has to remit a salary. Now, this guy, I guess it's a misdemeanor, and he had no priors. But what is your feeling about Liz's comment? And I'm not putting Liz in a corner on this. I'm just, is it really an epidemic what these players are doing? Or is that the impression that you're getting? Let me put it that way. Other than good morning, Big Dog. Sorry.
Good morning. I'm not sure if it's an epidemic. I mean, I think just that social media is so prominent now that, you know, everything is magnified. But the domestic violence thing, I mean, that's been going on for decades because of all the steroids and stuff that these guys are on, and they all have such high testosterone levels. I'm not using it as an excuse at all, but these guys are amped up, and they a lot of times can't leave it just on the field. And unfortunately, their partner pays the price, you know, when they get them pissed off or they do something wrong, or the guys are just, you know, angry people. I mean, we've had that also, where the person's just angry all the time.
Some people sarcastically refer to that as roid rage, but that's
Mhm.
another thing. Again, and not necessarily in on this one. But before I go to Liz to finish off with the comments on this, Almighty, what are some of your thoughts? And knowing the angle I'm using here, you, Big Dog, and I have been doing sports for 16 years. And there's not a shot against Liz. It's just this is what we've been doing for 16 years. Do you have an impression it's an epidemic more so? Like Big Dog says, social media is more prevalent. What are
Well,
your thoughts on that?
look, in the early years of the century, sports writers would cover for these kind of situations.
Yeah.
20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even into the 60s. And so, writers would usually protect reputation. So the word did not get out, whatever they were doing. And we probably didn't find out until, but we'll probably never find out. Oh, some things leaked out. And then finally it switched, like in the mid 70s to 80s, where they will start reporting on the bad things players are up to in all sports. And so they weren't off limits anymore. They were allowed to tell the truth, report this stuff, whatever it is. So, and plus I don't think it's an epidemic. I just think it's just been going on for so long. I mean, this is the second one that we've covered, I think, this year for the NFL. I mean, maybe there was a basketball one that Big Dog brought up maybe sometime, but I don't remember. But then again, that's me. I don't remember much anyway. So, and now we have social media. So word gets out faster, and you put it on X, formerly whatever the fuck, Twitter, and it just goes viral, and whether it's true or not. And there was no really details of what was going on here. I mean, it's still, you don't need details, but I guess, I mean, they said the damages were between 1,000 and 25,000. So I believe that if it's a high enough number, it will be a felony if the damages are up. That's the impression I got, because I know it said misdemeanor, but then they threw in the word felony. So I don't know if that goes with how much damage he did property wise. I don't know how that works in Kansas, but still, like I said, I think I agree with you guys. It's just social media brings it out, and they sometimes it's exaggerated, and it just depends. I mean, that's why we don't report stories from Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
we try to get accurate information from CBS or ESPN and check a couple sources here and there. But like I said, I don't think it's an epidemic. I just think that it's not happening every week. I mean, this happened back in October, and I know we covered one last week, but this was way back in October, and I don't think we reported on it then. I think that this is the first time I've heard this story, so I don't know about you guys.
Thank you, Almighty. Liz, going back to you now, you mentioned that you felt it was an epidemic, and again, it's not a shot against you. I know you're a sports
No,
fan,
I'm not.
but you hadn't been doing it until like what you're doing with us now. Why did you have the impression that it's an epidemic? Epidemic. I know. Sorry. Way too early. I need another hit. Sorry.
I think I need another cup of coffee or something, but okay, or your version, liquid crack. My feeling of it has always been this, whether I'm doing this with you guys or not. Over the last 20 years, I would say you have seen it increase more and more and more, and I do not believe that is because of social media. I believe it is how the viewpoint of the person and people in general, especially here in the United States, has changed. They have a superiority complex of, I can get away with whatever the hell I want and do what I want. And yes, they're getting fined, and maybe they're even getting some jail time, but it is not making a difference. And to me, you have seen it. I have noticed it. And long before, like I said, I was ever on the program with you guys, I have noticed a steady increase. And you say, that things were always kind of kept under wraps. Yes, they were. But, okay, this team, had a certain issue, or this player was, violent with his wife, or this player was having an affair. Those kind of things were kept hush-hush. but even more, it's coming out much more now than it ever was. And I don't think it's because of social media. I think it's because there are more and more to the fact we can't keep the lid on this anymore. It's just like popcorn that you try to cook on the stove and have the lid over. You get more and more and more kernels popping to the point it's out. You can't control it anymore.
Well, there's also more transparency because all these things become they get the public record comes out and they find it, and it's not like they let them go anymore. They get caught with DUIs, they get caught with domestic violence, and this all. Remember when years ago, how long ago it was? We reported on Brett Favre sending his penis pictures when he played with the New York Jets. And that was before the increase in social media, but we found out and we kind of made jokes about it, and because everybody was sending they still send dick pics. So but he got busted for sending that, and I don't think nothing happened to the man either. I think it was just all washed over, wasn't it, Raj? I don't think he got fined or anything. He just got embarrassed, especially when his penis size came out.
Yeah, I was making jokes of that ad infinitum ad absurdum. I said, that's why women were turning them down, because they were seeing the pictures and they're like,
I don't know if they had the Zoom feature yet to go in and look at it, but that's what that was. I think I keep remembering that story because it was I know it happened over 10 years ago. I think it was 2009, 2010 when he was with the Jets, but Liz is right. I don't know. It seems like an epidemic because it comes out more, but I don't know. There's no stats on it. I have to check the Gen stats, go to AWS and check the Gen stats to see how. I know I know I should make it, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a stat for that, Liz, and I'd like to see it if there is.
Actually, there is
I agree.
a study somewhere by some university that will be able to provide that. All kidding aside. And we will have to get to that eventually. But, Liz, and good morning, Anime Girl. Someone who has been a sports fan for a while. We're talking about a story that that Almighty shared with us this morning, that the Chiefs wide receiver Justin Ross has suspended 6 games, with 5 having already been served. And as of right now, he's being charged with domestic battery with no priors, a misdemeanor, and criminal damage to property, which as of right now, he's being charged between $1,000 and $25,000, which is a felony. So 6-game suspension. And the comment is that the impression is that there's more of it now. Anime Girl, you've been a sports fan from time immemorial. Do you believe this stuff has always been happening, and that the media was, forgive me for being sexist, a gentleman's game? There was gentleman's honor in the sports media. Kennedy famously had numerous affairs and no one commented on it. And as Almighty said earlier, and I would agree with him, there were things that were not to be discussed, so they were never reported on. When that change happened, I don't know if it was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or whatever, but do you feel that with everything, especially in the NFL, is there an uptick in domestic assault? Some people call road rage. I'm sorry, roid rage. And it's just the players, a lot of players are looking bad. Is this something new to you? Is it something that you already knew? What's the impression? Other than good morning, young lady. I'm ambushing everyone as they come onto the program. I'm sorry. It's unintentional. I'm trying to get you guys up.
Good morning, Scorekeeper, Almighty, Big Dog. How do you live?
Hey, Anime Girl. How you doing this morning?
Dodging the wind. We've got 50 to 60 mile an hour winds around our area.
Wow.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. You don't want to go out there, you get blown away. Especially
Well, I already have. Hence the fact that I look like I've been at the wrong end of a bloody wind tunnel, but never mind.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I can't
so-
remember
so
what.
is-
Go ahead, Big Dog.
Pardon?
No, I was just gonna say. So, is there a special group or whatever to make sure that they're holding King Charles down so he doesn't fly away because of his ears, because of the wind?
Oh, jeez.
Hell no. If he takes off, he takes off. I really couldn't give a damn.
So-
You need to refresh Big Dog, you're very jerky, my man. Very jerky. You need to
He's always
refresh.
jerky.
As a matter of fact, the wind is striking the Big Dog's internet connection right now. So
But you seem to be feeling better than last week, Anime Girl. That's why I asked. You seemed a little bit down last weekend.
I was.
So,
I'm on what the British Army call a chuff chart. I now have 5 working days to the end of my working year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not retiring. I'm not like Roger. I'm not rich and powerful. I'm just.
I don't know what that means, and if that were the case, I have to be very careful what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I am not rich and powerful. I have illusions of such, but no.
To get back to the question, it ain't new. It's always happened, and a lot of what happened in the past, be it sports stars, politicians, media stars like Hendrix, or pop stars, it was always only a little bit was released to give you a flavor, but the whole story was sat on, simply because back then, in sort of like the late 60s, early 70s, yes, it was fun to take a snipe at the rich and powerful, but the common people didn't get too much of it, because if they did, they'd get carried away. And like you said, sort of like, I would say, mid to late 90s, things started to turn around. You started getting these movements coming up about, women's rights, trans rights, gay rights. All these sort of things started to coalesce. So all of a sudden, people weren't keeping their mouths shut. People were opening their mouth and letting it permeate, I suppose, into the media. So now you're getting this rash of sports stars, politicians, pop stars, you name it, all suddenly coming to light of things that they shouldn't have been doing, but they were doing and getting away with. That's my take on it.
Appreciate that. Some wonderful comments from everyone already as we get going. I want to take a quick moment. It is 6:23 a.m. on December 9th, 2023. This is Sports Talk with the Guys, home of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks on Saturday. Just over to my left is Almighty. Just a little bit beyond him is the Big Dog. And funny, spatially, I'm actually pointing in Big Dog's direction, so this is kind of correct. I have Anime Grow here and Liz as well. So good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are having a bit of difficulty on our Facebook feeds. We're able to read messages. We're able to send messages to Facebook, but it looks like we are not live on Facebook. So I do apologize, but everything else seems to be stable right now. What a shock. Our Facebook feed is having issues. Wow. Anyway, good morning to everyone. And going through the circle, if we're done with that, I want to now maybe head on over to the Big Dog, see if he has a story that he would like to get to. And you guys know the drill. We spend the first hour going over major stories. And I have one, but I'll get to it in a little bit after I find the story. And Liz, of course, and Anime Girl, if you guys have a story, we'll get to them right now. Big Dog, is there anything that you would like to get to right now?
Well, there's a couple of them, but one of them is, of course, the today is the championship game for the in-season tournament in the NBA. It will be the Lakers, who are undefeated in the tournament, versus Indiana, who is undefeated in the tournament. Indiana surprisingly has taken out all the top guys. They beat Boston in the quarterfinals, and then they beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the quarter. I'm sorry, they beat Boston in the quarterfinals, and they beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the semifinals to get to the finals. Lakers had it from what I watched, to me, was an easier time. They beat the Suns, and then they beat the Pelicans. In fact, they blew the Pelicans out of the water by 44 points or something day before yesterday. So today's game will be on ABC. The winner gets actually a very beautiful new trophy that was just made for this tournament. And each player that wins on the winning team gets a bonus of $500,000 per player.
What?
Yes, sir. So,
Wow. I guess the tournament's worth it then.
yeah. I
In
mean,
payday terms. I know that
yep,
we're not big fans of it, you and I believe, but I
yeah,
guess they're
that
gonna
is true.
get $500,000. What the heck?
And my question, I finally found the answer. All the games counted as regular season games except for today. So, the championship game does not count in the standings, but everything up until this point counted in the standings. So, my question was, how do these games count? And also, how does the schedule get messed up? Or does it get messed up? Because as you may or may not know, in the NBA, West Coast plays East Coast or vice versa only twice a year, once at home and once away. But like today's game, it's East versus West. So does that mean a game gets taken away somewhere else against the Indiana Pacers? And I found out the answer is no. So the Lakers will actually play them 3 times this year. And of course, it's at a neutral site, which is Las Vegas. That's where the tournament's being held. The game day before yesterday, they had 2 games, and then the championship game tonight. So in essence, the Lakers and the Pacers are now playing 83 games this year, whereas everyone else plays 82.
So wow, that is. Well, what about the teams that got early? Did the teams before the championship game play the same amount of games, or was this an early elimination tournament?
See, yeah, they played. They're all playing 82 games. I'm still trying to look into this how this affected the schedule, because you're playing teams that you didn't know you'd be playing. It's not in the schedule as far as the semis and the quarterfinals are concerned. Everything leading up to the championship tournament was already on the schedule. So you would have an in-season tournament game, but it was actually part of the regular schedule, if that makes any sense.
It does.
It's very confusing.
Well,
but the game.
I was going to say, so that even though Indiana and whoever else, who was the other team?
Lakers.
Okay, but they'll play 83, but it won't count in the standings, right?
No, this particular game does not count in the standings.
So they're playing an extra game.
Yes.
For someone to get injured. Okay.
Exactly. No, that is actually exactly true. But the fact that $7.5 million is being given to the winner, I guess, is the incentive to play that extra game.
All right. So, do they pay the other teams any money for how they placed?
I read, yes, but it was not specified the amount. But the further you went in this tournament, the more money you would get. But if it's $500,000 per player, I would assume. But of course, you know what they say about assuming. I would assume that Indiana probably would get maybe half of that, so maybe $250,000 a person.
That's still a big payday.
Yeah, especially for these end of the bench players that are only making $4 and $5 million a year, and which is a ton of money. And there's some that are making only there's some that are on the veterans minimum that are making maybe $2 million this year, and they're going to get a quarter of that for playing one game if they win.
Right. But then, of course, the tax man will take a lot of that, but that doesn't matter.
Course,
they're still getting a big payday. And okay, so it is incentive driven, but Real quick, was there any opinions about? Have you read any opinions about how the players feel about this tournament?
Uh,
If not, that's fine. I just thought maybe.
the players seemed to be at the beginning of the season when this was first announced. It was kind of a lukewarm feeling towards it. But once they got into the tournament, and I guess the the worry about it from the NBA itself was that the players were not going to be interested in this, that they were just going to go through the motions type of a game. But when they started actually playing each other, and that the fact that it counted in the standings, um, a lot of these teams took it serious. The Lakers, I will say I was a little surprised how serious they're taking this. It seems like they really want this championship and they're out to prove something. And now that they're in, the quarters, the semis, and now the finals, those let's see, those 8 teams that went into the quarterfinals, they all took this game serious. So I think the money and the fact that they get bragging rights over everyone, I think
Right.
has a lot to do with it also.
Right. Is there a name for that trophy they're getting yet?
Good question. It's
Well, I just
as
wonder.
of
I mean,
I'll
usually they
check
have.
right now.
Oh, the NBA Cup. All right. How
Oh,
original.
okay, yeah, it'll probably be
Okay,
called
so
something later. They'll probably name it after some player or some
it'll
coach or
probably get
something.
and it may get a nickname,
Yeah.
But the NBA Cup. So, wow, that's really weird. So everybody played the same amount of games until the championship game in this
Until
tournament.
today.
Doug? So there was
Until
no
today, yes.
elimination. So they just kept playing for how they placed to
Yeah.
get the
So
money prize.
yeah, because these go in the standings also. So
Right.
the
Okay.
regular season standings.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just we're going to stop the season, play this stupid tournament, and then move on. But I guess, like you said, if it's going to count in the standings, that would be an incentive too to keep, playing hard instead of this. Who cares about this? Let's just take a nap on the floor.
And they also had when they were playing these in-season tournament games, there was also a different way to get in, because if you were tied, they didn't have like a playoff game or anything. What they did is it was your point differential. So the amount of points you won by every game in this in-season tournament was also very important.
Okay, so
So
the points mattered.
yes, and
Okay.
so like I said, I'm most surprised that the Lakers were actually into this, because they're veterans, so they don't want to play anything extra if they don't have to, as all veterans
Right.
are.
Right. So
But the Lakers had the best differential. They were plus 18 and a half
jeez.
going into the quarterfinals.
So
And
you
there were
say
four.
you were. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say there were 4 games to decide who went into the quarterfinals.
Okay.
And the Lakers were undefeated, as I said, and they are still remain undefeated. And Indiana is also undefeated. Those two were the only 2 teams that were undefeated in the tournament. Everyone had at least one loss, other than Indiana and the Lakers.
So, well, I haven't looked at the standings. So, does this surprise you that these 2 teams are at the top?
Indiana, yes. I was looking at the Lakers to at least make it to the semis, and I didn't know, it depended on who they were going to be playing. But once I saw they were playing the Pelicans, I had no problem. Like, okay, we're in the finals. We should be, because the way that the Lakers have been playing in this tournament. So, and they weren't easy games. I mean, they beat Phoenix. They beat Utah was probably their easiest game. But a lot of the big name teams I was very surprised were losing. Denver lost a lot. I think Denver lost 2, because there were only 4 games, but Denver lost 2 and they weren't even close. Boston lost 1, and then of course got knocked out in the first round. So a lot of surprising outcomes from the top tier teams.
So, do you change your mind about the in-season tournament since the Lakers went to the championship game?
No. Now that I've seen the format, because I was under the impression the same as you, they were going to like stop the season for a week and have these games. But the way they've done it, where it's a tournament and the games count in the regular season, and then once you get to the finals, that's the only one that doesn't count. I kind of came around. The only thing that really threw me was the floor, because they made special floors. Every single team had its own unique, different floor, and it's only used for the tournament. So, and it's very how shall we say, very colorful.
Well, I didn't see any of the games. So, did you enjoy the games you watched, Big Dog?
Yes, yeah, they were good games. A lot of them were very competitive. Like I said, these guys were taking it serious. I guess once they figured out how much money they were getting, I guess, even if you're making like LeBron or Steph Curry or whatever, making $40-50 million a year, the fact that someone's going to hand you a check for $500,000 just because,
Right. Wow. And also, Big Dog, you're frozen, and we can still hear
wonderful.
you. We can still hear you though, Big Dog.
Oh, okay.
It looks like
Maybe
you're going to grab. It froze, but you look like you're going to grab us through the screen and honk our noses or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm hoping he doesn't reach for my nose,
Well,
but if he goes for your
hope
nose,
he
good
didn't-
for you.
I hope you didn't mind the questions, Big Dog. I just didn't.
Oh no, not at all.
I mean, I didn't know anything about the. I mean, I knew about the tournament, but you really educated us on how this thing works, and so do you think more players came around to it then, as they, like you said,
Yes.
they got into it then they went? So, okay,
Yeah, I think the competitive juices took over once it
right.
started, and the fact that they saw how it was and so on and so forth. So yeah.
I just can't imagine the NFL having a in-season tournament. They wouldn't do that. But
No, they'll just
I,
add another
I
week.
could I could see baseball maybe doing something like this.
well, they have enough games where they could cram it down there. Yeah, they have enough games. Yeah, they could do it. But I don't know. Yeah, they could. But NBA, I mean, all right, that's cool. I mean, that's it. It's interesting that they had this tournament and everybody seems to be happy with it.
Yeah, and the fact also is it's also cementing the fact that Vegas is now the sports center of the universe.
Yeah.
Because of course this the semis, which was 2 games, and then now this one, everyone went to Las Vegas. So that was another incentive that was thrown in with these guys is if they make it to the semis, you get a free trip to Vegas.
Wow. Well, I guess
You
that's
know, Yeah, and these guys are staying at probably the Bellagio or something, all in the suites. So
yeah, they are. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess well, if everybody's happy with it, I guess it's cool then. I mean, maybe next year I'll tune in and watch some of these competitive games then and and hopefully they'll have the colorful floors again for me to watch.
well, you'll see it if you watch it today. It's on ABC today, and I believe it's at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Pacific time. You'll see the way the floor is. It's very unique. So
I guess I could also catch the game on YouTube and do that too also. But yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because it's gonna be on It'll be on ESPN. It'll be on ABC. Let's see. Today is.
Let's see. It's Pacific time. That's
The game is at 5:30 Pacific time on ABC and ESPN2.
yeah, okay.
And the
All right.
Lakers are favored by 4.5.
Oh, okay. Liz, are you still there?
Oh yeah.
So will this game be on at the same time as your Army Navy game?
No, actually, the Army Navy game for us Pacific time starts at noon because it starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
True story. I didn't figure that out for myself. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah. Our Army Navy doesn't want to get in the way of the Lakers. They know better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No comment. No comment.
Well, I know that was a big game for you today, Army Navy for you, Liz. I mean, you've been talking about that for a few weeks now. So,
Who are you going
yeah,
for?
it's like, well, it's kind of funny. I've mentioned this before. It's
Yeah, I
uh,
know. That's why I'm doing it.
yeah, I hate you. I'm Navy all the way with my heart, but I married Army, so it's like, okay, this is going to be interesting.
so do you hope for a tie?
No,
Oh, no.
Navy better win.
No.
Hell no, Navy better win.
All right. Well, I'm sure you get your popcorn ready for that, Liz.
Oh yeah, and my dartboard so I can throw it at people.
Oh,
My
God.
steel tips.
Yeah, anyone who wants a tie is looking to kiss their sister. So Almighty, I'll leave that to you. I want to
But
go
you're a
ahead and
funny
go on
man
over.
there.
I
You're
know
a
the
really
Big Dog
funny-
has some other stories, but I'd like
That
to get
is very
everyone
funny.
in before
Liz,
we
If I
get
lived in, if I
to
lived
the.
in Kentucky, that would be a thing, but I do
Yes,
not.
well, I don't know what your history is. I'm not going to ask it on air.
Yes,
So
Liz.
before we get to the NFL picks, which will start at about 7 a.m. Pacific time, in about 19 minutes, I want to go to Liz and then Anime Girl if they have any stories. If not, I'm going to go back to my co-host, and then I have a story or two as well. Liz, you're up. Do you have anything you
I
want to
just,
get to?
yeah, I just have a small thing. I don't know if you guys are really into golf or
I
not,
was talking
but
about stories.
Yeah, I was
It
going to
doesn't
say the
bother
same
me if
thing.
you have a small thing or not.
It's okay. It's
Stories.
yes,
okay.
I
If
do.
it's okay if your thing is small. Don't worry about it. You know, everything is great.
We didn't get
I have a
Almighty's
small.
history, but now we're getting your history. So hey, let's
Yeah.
carry
Okay.
on.
Okay. Fine.
Dog is frozen
I'm
out again.
assuming. Yeah. Well, he can stay frozen. Anyways, in the world of golfing, I don't know if you guys have heard that the DW World Tour has decided that it's going to have to rewrite its rules on the eligibility for the Ryder Cup,
Mhm.
and that comes. You do know what I'm talking about, and that comes after John Ram decided to make a really unique move back with the Saudi-backed LIV golf circuit.
Mhm.
So anyways, they're going to have to go ahead and redo those rules because of it's being such a big money move that it's like surprising the whole people throughout the sport. It's like a total shockwave of it. So
Yeah, Liz, being that it's a rules issue, now, did you read in the story? Because when I saw it 2 days ago, it wasn't clear to me whether it's going to be an in-season rule change or is it going to be moving forward. Did you get
I
that in the
couldn't really.
story?
I couldn't really figure out one thing or the other. All I was getting was because of this, they are going to have to sit down and rewrite the rules for the eligibility for it, which means to me it should be a
Yeah,
thing of moving forward, not just one.
yeah. And more than likely, it's going to be for this year, obviously, but you never know. Some people are a little ornery when it comes to rule changes in the middle of the season or in the run. So we'll have to see what they're going to do on that. But it is a big deal, as you know. There's
Well,
a
they're
lot
talking
of.
about it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
They're saying that it's going to still be all the way through 2025. So I think it definitely will be something going forward.
If they do it with enough time, and if everyone agrees, it doesn't really matter at that point. So
It's in case I get frozen, so you guys have something to look at.
You're not frozen, Big Dog.
I know,
And-
but in case I do.
yeah.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it'll definitely be awesome. All right, fair enough. Does anyone have any comments
here's
on
one
that
for Raj.
because of the politically
one for Raj.
charged LIV and the regular PGA and all that stuff?
Nah, I can't say I've ever followed golf. Waste of a damn good walk.
I agree. But we do cover golf
It's
here as well.
relaxing.
Yeah.
How
We
can,
are
not?
how can knocking a little white ball round 18 bloody holes and certain rather large puddles and a couple of sandpits be relaxing? I have
and
never worked that one out.
a couple of
It-
heavy players as well.
It depends on who you go with because those golf bags can hold. If you buy the right one, it holds anywhere from a 12-pack to an 18-pack of beer.
I really thought you were going to say, depending on how the golf bag is designed and whatever, it depends how many hookers you can hold in there. Just ask Tiger Woods. But
Well, what's
what do I know?
interesting
Ooh, like that.
to me is that we had a video game where I worked a golf video game.
Uh-huh.
So I played that enough. So when I actually went to play golf for the first time, I knew what club to use where.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There you go.
that's fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just didn't grab the wood and just go with it from there? The 9
No,
wood,
I
just
knew
go
when to
with it
use
from
I
there?
He
knew when to
always
use my
grabs his
putter and
wood.
when to use my wood. That's what she said. And anyway, yeah, that was interesting that I learned how to play golf on this video game, and it came in handy because I wasn't Tiger Woods, but I actually knew what I was doing. So
Well, then, Almighty, I suggest that when you travel out here to the West Coast and you visit with us, you pick up Microsoft Simulator, and if anything happens on the airplane, you'll be ready to take
yeah,
over based
well,
on
I
your
might do
evident skills of learning via video games.
maybe I will buy the simulator. But
I admit that my gameplay is very good when it comes to being dictatorial, world conquering, destroyer of worlds. I'm actually not too bad at that, and that's due to the video games. So, anime girl, no love of golf either, huh? I think that is your and my real genuine connection right there. Screw
Yeah.
everything else. Our genuine dislike of golf.
Yeah,
And-
like I said, that little white. What the hell is with the little white bulb? 18 bloody holes, losing it. I mean, nah,
well,
never got it.
You Scottish invented it, so
Well, exactly. I think they were trying to knock 7 barrels of crap out of a haggis at the time because it was horrible. Like, you know what I mean? It's a severe case of see you, pal. Get tiff. And they just kept batting it. And I thought, well, this seems a good idea at the time. We'll change the haggis for something a little bit more solid. I'm trying to work out where they got the first ball from, but I'm not going to go there.
All right. Well, we're going to go to Anime Girl in a moment. I want to take a quick
that would
moment.
hurt, Anime
We
Girl.
actually have quite a few people watching the program right now. Why don't you share who you are and where you hail from? We'd love to know who's joining in the misery on the Saturday morning extravaganza here on NDB Media. But Anime Girl, we have enough time for at least one, maybe two more stories, and then we're going to be going to what we do at 7 a.m. traditionally now, and that's the NFL picks. So, Anime Girl, what do you have for us?
Right. Well, a well-known film star who owns a football team.
Someone else.
Yeah, soccer team. Right. It's been cancelled. You see, Wrexham League Two clash with Forest Green has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. You see, it rains over here. Damn.
Really?
The clash at the racecourse ground is one of 5 matches that have been called off in the Football League this weekend. A statement from the Welsh club cited a heavy downpour overnight, which put paid to their promotion efforts ahead of the kickoff. Following a pitch inspection this morning, we can confirm that today's fixture against Forest Green Rovers has been called off due to a waterlogged pitch. After a heavy downpour of rain overnight, the pitch was deemed unplayable and failed a pitch inspection at 11:30 this morning. Details of the rearranged fixture and information will be communicated in due course. So there you go. The other teams affected with this heavy downpour are Barrow versus Gillingham, Bradford's match against Salford, Mansfield versus MK Dons, and Sutton versus Harrogate. So there you go, people. If you're following that particular little bunch of soccer teams, you ain't watching bugger all today.
Well, all right. And once again, we're getting more people in our chat room. Please let us know who you are, where you hail from.
So,
We'd love to engage you in the chat room. Now, we have about 10 minutes. I want to go ahead and I'm not going to waste my time. Oh, yes, Almighty.
I want to clarify that the pitch is what you call the field, right? Anime Girl?
Yeah, the pitch is the football field, like you have in a football match in America. That with all that's the pitch.
Yeah, I luckily I watched a commercial and that was mentioned, so I wanted to make sure that I was right about that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
'cause, I mean,
that big green thing in the middle, that's the pitch.
well, I mean, when you talk about a pitch to us colonists, we think about a baseball. So
Yeah, well, I ain't saying nothing about colonials today. It's just-
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
I
It's
get
going to
picked
start in
on.
a few moments.
Yeah, I get
But
picked on by the Mexicans.
yeah, fair enough. But speaking of pitch and pitches and stuff like that, in the world of baseball, a lot of people are already fretting that the evil empire has returned, and I
Yep,
have news for everyone: the evil
that was my
empire has
story.
not returned. It definitely has not. But the Yankees did make the splash of the winter meetings. But it just goes to show you, if the Yankees are making the biggest splash, that means nothing is going on right now. So the Yankees were involved in a five-player deal, and the Yankees did pick up actually two good players in this deal. Obviously, Juan Soto is 25 years old, and he will be a free agent at the end of the year. And now the talk is, will the Yankees be able to get him on a long-term deal? Folks, you know I never do this, but I'm going to do it now. The answer is yes. The Yankees will sign him to a long-term deal. Now, whether it happens during the season or at the very end, it doesn't matter. He will remain. Uh, uh, it's gonna happen. So good morning, Jason. Thank you. Glad you're here early in the morning.
Morning, Jason.
Now there was quite a few other deals, and I'm going to be able to get to them. We don't have anywhere enough time for that. But the biggest name, and this is what I was going to be talking about. Someone on ESPN snapped because the biggest free agent right now asked teams to please keep
Oh yeah,
everything private. Okay. And everyone has been doing that. Well, up until this week. And apparently the Dodger manager, I think he's looking to get fired. I don't know what is going on, but he said, oh, well, when you're asked a question, you don't lie, Mr.
yeah,
Roberts.
right.
Mr. Roberts, we know who and what you are and what you've been doing over the last few years. I'm not saying you're lying, but dude, come on, man. So, there was someone on ESPN that flipped out because Shohei Ohtani is the free agent, and he just says, "Look, I don't want this to be a spectacle. I would like to keep it private." That's it. Someone on ESPN flipped out, didn't like it, and said, "You're not entitled to keep this private. You are the marquee agent. Everyone wants to talk about it, and how dare you, Shohei Ohtani, have the temerity to dictate free agent terms?" Well, to this illiterate jackass, surprisingly, he's a journalist, but I'm still going to call him an illiterate jackass. Dude,
It was SAS, wasn't it?
I believe it was on that program. I don't know if
Oh,
it was
okay.
SAS,
I
but
thought it was SAS.
it
But
was
okay.
on that program. It was, I forget the guy's name, but it's immaterial. It's stupid. The only reason why he's complaining is because you have nothing to write about. That's the thing. You have nothing to write about. So you're pissed off that this kid, who is rather talented, asked for privacy. So whatever. Now, the Dodgers violated that by Mr. Roberts saying, yes, we sat down with him for several hours at Dodger Stadium or whatever it was. And now another team has commented, but it looks like a lot of people are out of it. If you follow the news, point is, it doesn't matter. Way to go, Shohei Ohtani. I'm glad that you're controlling the terms. And his rule is he wants to make the announcement. BFD. Way to go, Shohei. Now,
Can
if
I
you go
ask
by
a
the
quick
rumors,
question of everybody?
I'm sorry, Anime Girl.
Sure,
Can I ask a quick question of everybody? How
sure.
does everybody feel about this Chiefs fan, the little kid that's been picked on? Reference what he was wearing.
I
I'm not familiar
absolutely
with the
support
story.
it 100%.
What's the story? I'm not familiar with the story, guys. I'm sorry.
Remind us in the story. But by the way, good morning, Speedy.
Not
What's
his
up,
Speedy.
Speedy?
Right. The story is that during a Chiefs game, there was a photograph taken of a young, I think he's about 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
And it's taken from one side. and he's wearing an Indian headdress, and from one side it looks like he's wearing blackface. But he's
Okay.
not. When you actually get a full face-on photograph of him, half of his face is black and half of the face is red, i.e. the colours of the Chiefs. So this, again, illiterate media person jumped on this kid saying that he was insulting two ethnic groups in one foul swoop, i.e. wearing blackface and wearing this full Indian headdress. Well, apparently, as you say, when you see the photograph, the kid has got half a black face, half a red face, which is the Chiefs' colours. The headdress is self-explanatory. His father happens to be a chief of the tribe. So the kid is an Indian. He's a native Indian. So he's entitled to wear the headdress because it's his culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
But instead of backing down, this idiot in the press has actually doubled down on this kid and has gone to town. Now, I was just wondering, how does everybody here feel about that?
Do you have a link to that story, Anime Girl?
I've been looking for it, but I can't find it, unfortunately, Almighty. But I have been looking for it.
Okay, I just
Almighty, I'll send stuff to you. I have several different links on it, but it'll have to be after the program.
Here is one right now in the private chat, which I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat room. This is from the National Review. That's not only one. If you want to do a quick search, just look up Kansas City Chief fan in Indian dress, I suppose. It's not that difficult to find it. There's actually quite a bit. There's a YouTube video and a lot of other things. So if you guys want to take a look at that.
Yeah, I get the idea from the picture here.
As a matter of fact, if you take a look at it, it's right there.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
What do you think? I mean, the kid didn't insult anybody, as far as I can see. So what the hell are they picking on the poor kid for?
It was
because that reporter is probably young, probably a Gen Zer, has nothing better to do, and he wants to make everybody know that he's in the woke crew, and is calling out everybody and doesn't care that he's wrong. In fact, that it was probably brought out after the fact that this child, is his father's a tribal chief. He didn't want to look embarrassed and have to apologize for making that accusation, so he's just doubling down to make it worse. And people are going to jump all over this kid for no reason whatsoever. It's idiotic.
Is the reporter getting any pushback from this, from him picking on?
Yes,
I believe that there are certain members of the, I think the Chiefs have come out and said something, and so is the father. That you got it wrong.
The father has, the Chiefs team has, several other indigenous nations have as well in support of him.
Yeah.
Including his own tribe.
I mean, I know what my opinion of it is, but I was just wondering what everybody else's opinion of it.
Let me stop you right there. And the original article was in Deadspin, and it's right here in the National Review. The writer himself, Karen J. Phillips, is quoted as, "For the idiots in my mentions who are treating this as some harmless act because the other side of his face was painted red, I could make the argument that it makes it even worse," writer Karen J. Phillips wrote on X. "Y'all are the ones who hate Mexicans but wear sombreros," on Cinco. Now, Phillips has not addressed the boy's Native American heritage, and a community note attached to his post read, "Unlike the author, who is misleading the public for his own gain, the child is innocent of any wrongdoing. Our menace parents and grandfather did not immediately respond to requests for comment, nor did the Chumash Foundation." Now, this would strike home, but I'm glad that other people are just making light of it and setting the person straight. I will not agree with everything the big dog said, but I'm along with it. I'm willing to acquiesce on it, that I believe most of it is true. I don't know about the writer. That's why I'm saying I'm willing to go on with most of it.
Mm-hmm.
But for the idiot to then bring the whole thing about Cinco de Mayo and wearing the sombreros, stupidity knows no bounds. It's just, You do it, and you've been shamed, and you're going to be the typical dumbass, and you're going to go ahead and stick to it. And that's the sad thing. So, whatever happened to this writer, who cares? He got his 15 minutes of fame,
Did
and
I'm
it
sorry.
is
Go
what
ahead,
it
Roger.
is. Go, Almighty.
Well, I was going to say, did any African Americans say anything about him being in blackface?
No, I don't think they
No.
did.
No.
Because you would have to get offended by all Raider fans. Speedy, what are the colors that the Raider fans use? They use black and silver, and sometimes they use black and white. Do they for the Raiders?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're wasting time on it. When you dress up in your team colors, whatever. So
Yeah, I mean, we do it over here. Some of the football fans over here actually get dressed up in weird, wonderful outfits.
But no one answered your question other than me reading that part of the article. Speedy, you came in on it. A young boy was wearing a chief headdress, and turns out that he's part of the tribe, for lack of a better word. And are you familiar with the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Are you
heard a little
offended?
bit about it.
Anime girl, was that your question? Please ask.
Yeah,
it
are
again.
you offended by it? Do you upset by the fact that this kid was doing all of this thing?
And we'll go counterclockwise. Speedy, go ahead.
No,
and then the big dog.
I have no problem with it. I mean, if he's related to a chief himself, then by all means, let him wear it. And plus, he's a kid. Come on.
Okay. Appreciate that, Speedy. Big dog.
What?
Oh God.
I had my say. You know how I feel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Almighty.
You're frozen again.
I mean, does the kid know what's going on? I mean, this is really bad if the kid knows that he's being called out by this reporter. And yeah, I'm offended because he's wearing chief colors. And
That's what I'm offended over.
Oh yeah. Okay.
so, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, everybody paints themselves in the colors of their team, and I don't know why this guy chose to pick on this little kid. I mean, we understand, like, I don't understand. I mean, I just think it's bad for the kid if he knows about the story going on and how he feels about it, because he doesn't need this kind of trauma. He's trying to root for his team, and he's also trying to acknowledge his heritage. And this guy came out and busted his balls for no reason at all. And he's a 10-year-old kid. I mean, this is bullying over media, I think. The kid is being bullied by this man who will not back down and needs a hatchet in his head.
Yeah.
I agree.
Roger?
Yeah.
Just knowing what Almighty said, I agree that I'm offended by the fact that he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Just like as over the years, I always saw Dodger Stadium, a bunch of kids going with the Kershaw jersey. And you know how I felt about Kershaw. This is before he won the championship. And I famously stated, well, they're wearing a Kershaw jersey. Yeah, I call that bad parenting. And in the case of this child being a Kansas City Chief, it's also bad parenting. But I'm glad they're fans and they're really good about it. So, Liz, please go ahead and comment. I am actually receiving an emergency phone call. I will be.
No, I actually agree 100%. And my goodness almighty, you put it better than I could with how you did that. I think it is absolute bullying on the first degree, to the point now we have taken it to social media bullying, nationwide, worldwide bullying on this kid. It is, one, his heritage, and it is, two, his love of the team, which has been instilled from his parents since birth because they're fans. So no, it infuriates me.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments on it? Did that answer your question, anime girl?
Yeah. I mean, my opinion on it is that the kid was at a sports arena. Now, it doesn't take a genius to put 2 and 2 together that he's watching
5.
the Kansas City Chiefs. True? It doesn't take a genius to work that out. So why the hell, if you're going to pick on somebody your own size for a start. The reporter was of another ethnic origin. He's got bugger all to do with him. And it's the kid. To me, it was way out of order. Should never have happened.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was the reporter trying to make a name for himself and like, okay,
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to use this story.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Well, I guess he has, but in a bad way.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Gridiron Girl.
Oh,
How are
Good
you
morning, everybody.
Hi, son. How you doing,
Morning.
Did you happen to hear what we were talking about with the Chief, little kid Chiefs fan?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
What was
More about
happening?
Oh, there was a little kid, about 10, 12-year-old, went to the Chiefs game and he painted his face up and wore an Indian headdress. And a reporter picked him up by saying that he was insulting two cultures at the same time.
Ah, God.
Don't know if you'd heard about it at all.
You're a break.
Really?
Yeah. It turned out that the kid was actually had half a black face, half a red face.
That's not. Yeah, well, that's yeah.
But the colours of the Chiefs and the headdress. Excuse me. The headdress came from the fact that his father is a chief of a tribe, so he's a Native American. Hey ho! How can you insult two cultures when one of those cultures is your own?
Of course, you can't.
You can't. No.
Can't.
It's a football fan, for Christ's sake. It's a kid.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't Kansas City still do that
The chat.
Indian chop?
The
The
chat.
tomahawk chop?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, isn't that just as offensive as the kid wasn't offensive, but you'd think they keep talking about that chop being offensive and they keep doing it, but this guy decided to pick on this little kid, Gridiron Girl, and I think it's sad, don't you, Gridiron Girl, that a man would bully a little boy?
Oh yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah. Way out of line.
Not.
Way
Don't do
out
that.
of line.
Was it? Now this is. I'll state this before I say my statement. This is my personal opinion. Nothing to do with Sports Talk with the guys or anyone else. But did anybody find it ironic that this gentleman's name is Karen?
Well, yeah, I did
Nice.
find
Yeah.
that kind of, yeah.
That's
It's
good.
Parents and Jeff's, but
It's Carron. So we may have the male version of Karen, Big Dog,
Of
right
Karen,
there.
yeah.
How was that? Wait. How was that spelled? One more time.
Carron.
Oh my God.
Karen or
You
Caron?
keep freezing out there, Big Dog. You ought to kick your internet because you're starting to look scary now.
Yeah. Well, we can still hear him, and that's all that
You
matters.
can hear it. That's the main thing, I suppose.
Yep.
That's not a bad picture, actually. That's quite cool. You can use that as a backdrop.
Oh yeah.
And
let's put some
unfortunately, you
clown
didn't
paint
get to
on it.
freeze with your middle
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah.
So-
Would you buy a car from this man? No.
No, I don't think
Hell
so.
no.
No.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we digress. Scorekeeper is waiting to take us forward.
Not at all. So I appreciate the commentary. It's really good that we got a lot of stuff talked about that we hashed out at the very beginning. But it is that time. It is 7:09 a.m. I want to take a quick moment. It is December 9th, 2023. This is episode 6 of the 16th year of Sports Talk with the Guys. Terribly excited about that. We're actually numbering them now. It only took us 16 years to come to do that. So it's good stuff. This is the Saturday morning extravaganza. Over to my left, that's on my TT, Big Dog. That's Liz down there, Anime Girl, Speedy, and of course, the effervescent Gridiron Girl. So,
What?
and everyone else.
Almighty has a mighty titty. What was that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's something to be
That's
proud
what
of.
he's into. Look, TT,
Have you noticed that of everybody on screen,
you're in the middle.
no, Almighty is the only one with a Christmas tree. Nobody else has got anything Christmas
I
decks
noticed
up.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
have.
didn't see that the other
Almighty-
night.
Very
Almighty is very
nice.
festive. Almighty
Yes,
and very
For the
festive.
love of God,
Yeah.
he is festive. Speedy, you've got to get a Christmas tree. So, do you have one at the market, or are you going to go to the 99-cent store and pick up one for 29?
No, natural trees. Damn it.
All natural in your apartment, there, Speedy.
No,
What was
please.
that?
Probably does go all natural in his
conjures up
apartment.
visions. No. Definitely.
Okay.
What?
He needs
I
to get a
think
booster cushion so he doesn't keep sinking below the screen.
Dude, Speedy.
Yes, I definitely need to get a new computer chair. I'm looking into that as we speak. I've been looking into that this week.
But you got to figure out what's cheaper, a booster seat or a new computer chair.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
like watching the Titanic sink every week he's on. You see this, slowly going down.
Jay says that he's getting a natural Christmas.
Yes,
I don't know what that
yes.
means. I think he was
Yes.
talking about a tree, but
Yes.
he says a natural Christmas. Did you know, Jay, that in the Spanish world, when you refer to things natural, like for instance, the movie The Natural, if you name the team The Natural and you use it in Spanish, you're referring to bastards. So it's really funny. It's really kind of funny, but it's really good. That when the naturals, in other words, los naturales, those are bastards in the
Oh my
Latin world,
goodness.
which is kind of funny. So I don't know what you mean by natural, but yes, he was talking about a Christmas tree. So all right, folks, we're gonna get to it. I have everything set up. I want to thank everyone. We're going to begin, if the big dog is ready, where he could give
And
us
I'm
the
frozen.
standings for everything through week 13, I believe it is. And then we'll go over the Thursday game, and then I'm going to start setting everyone up so they can see which game they're going to handle. So, Big Dog, if you would you go ahead and recap week 13?
Sure. Okay. As week
Hey,
13.
wipe that blank face off.
Week 13, folks, starting from, of course, bottom to top. At the bottom, we have Speedy, who went 5-8, 38.4%. He is 85 and 104, 45%. Next is Dreem, who went 10-3. Dreem is actually finally turning it around the last 2 or 3 weeks. 10-3 for 79.9%. He's 102 and 91, 52.8%. Next up was Coffee, who went 4-9, 30.8%. He's 109.82, 56.5%. Next up is Color Maven, who went 9-4, 69.2%. She's 110 and 83. Next up is Almighty, who went 10-3 for 76.9%. He's 112 and 81, 58%. Next up is Engineer, who went 9-4, 69.2%. He's 118 and 75, 60.1%. Then it's Anime Girl, who also went 9-4, 69.2%. It's 118 and 74 for 61.5% for Anime Girl. Next up is myself. I went 7-6, 53.8%. It's 118 and 74 for 61.5% for me. Next up is Gig, who went 8-5, 61.5%. She is 119 and 74, 61.7%. Next up is Scorekeeper, who went 7-6, 53.8%. He's 119 and 73, 62%. Next up is NorCal Girl, who went 9-4, 69.2%. She's 127 and 66, 65.8%. And once again, at the top of the heap is Mr. Philly Special. He went 9-4, 69.2%. He is 129 and 64, 66.8%.
We got to stop him reading that damn magazine he got from the future. 'Cause I'm gonna kick his ass, I'm telling you.
That, or at least have him share it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good.
NorCal Girl is hot in his heels. She's two games behind. She keeps trying
And
to make those
folks,
2 games up.
When you look at the fact that we're choosing 16 games, it is far from over. That's the reality. So it's mathematically everyone is involved, but I'm glad Speedy is still playing.
Yes.
So
Speedy and Dreem, like I said, Dreem is trying. Dreem went 10-3 this week, and I think last week he was like 12-4 or something like that. So the last couple of weeks, I guess the Dream's juju finally found him in Arizona. Took a while to get from, I guess, New Orleans to Arizona. So
Oh,
This
all
will
right.
be the last week for the buys, and I think the buy teams are the Commanders and the Cardinals, I believe.
Thank
yes,
you for
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Okay. So we had the picks for Thursday's game, which was on Prime Video. The Patriots 2-10, Dream. Steelers, it was Coffee Engineer, NorCal Girl, Big Dog, Philly Special, Speedy, Color Maven, Anime Girl, Almighty, Gig, Scorekeeper. And when we look at what happened, ladies and gentlemen, bam! The New England Patriots. Speaking of perennial losers, this must be the dream team. The Patriots improved to 21-18 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you can see by the score, it was a competitive game early on, but Pittsburgh tried to make it a game in the fourth quarter by scoring 8 points and just could not do it. It was the Patriots all the way through on this game and shocked quite a few people. So everyone took a loss except for Dream on that one. So we're going to
That
Well,
was
get to
Jan
the,
awesome.
and Hartley's that
Awesome
boy.
There
pick.
was
yeah.
a little bit of a controversy with the Steelers and New England Patriots late in the game. The
Yep.
Steelers had a 4th and 3, and they were going to punt, and there was an offsides by the New England Patriots, and they thought it was going to be on the Patriots, but it was on the center because he moved his head to look
yep,
around,
I saw that.
and centers have been doing that for 100 years, and
Yeah.
for some reason that would have gave the Steelers a first down if it would have been called correctly, and maybe the Steelers could have won with a touchdown or kicked a tying field goal. But that was the only, and plus that was the only penalty against the Patriots for the whole game. That was it, and so that was been controversial because if you look at it, how many times you watch a tackle point to players to for assignments when they're in the stands. So that was a bit of a controversy in that game, but we'll never know because it happened. But like I said, I don't know if anybody agrees, but centers have been doing that forever, and plus they always move the ball around, and that's not supposed to happen either. Because if the center moves that ball, it's supposed to be live, but they're allowed. But anyway, that was the controversy for that game. Real quick, and I'm sorry for holding us up for a little bit.
Not at all. Thank you. We're reviewing the game. That was good. I appreciate that. All right. I'm going to go and start off, followed by Almighty, Big Dog, Liz. And then Almighty's going to come back because he has a particular team. Then it's going to be Anime Girl, Liz, Speedy, because I'm trying to choose your teams. Engineer has to be in here for this game. And way to go. We'll get to that game in a moment. Congratulations, Engineer, of last week. We all took it
another
to
one
shorts
with
on
more
that one.
jam than Hartley's.
So this is the rotation, and as we get closer, you'll see the names. But I'm going to go ahead and get us going. The first Sunday game,
Real
Buccaneers.
quick question. I'm sorry, Raj. When you were doing this, how recent did you pull this up? Like within the last 5-10 minutes,
Yes,
or was this for a while?
maybe 30 minutes.
The reason why I'm asking is because early on, around I guess 6:30, 6:40, I updated all the point spread. So if you did it afterwards, we're fine.
I don't know how long I've had this on. I've had it for a while, so I can't tell you. We'll have to go and see. So if anyone wants to compare what I have on screen with what is on the Facebook page, you can go ahead and do so. But we're going to get going in the first game. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 5-7 versus the 6-6 Atlanta Falcons. The game is at 10 a.m. Pacific time on CBS. It is at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, so I'm expecting Jay to thunder in on the weather report on that one. And taking a look at the comparables on offense, the Falcons are 18th. The Buccaneers are 26th. On defense, the Falcons are a league 9th. The Buccaneers are 25th. In passing, the Buccaneers are 19th. Falcons are 24th. And in rushing, the Falcons are 6th. And the Buccaneers are almost, they're like 2 away from being dead last at 30th. Last time these two teams played was fairly recent on October 22nd, 2023. The Falcons 16 and the Buccaneers 13. So, as of right now, what I have, the Falcons are 2.5. Is that correct?
Hold on, let me check. That's why I was saying, because that's why I didn't
Yeah,
want to keep
I
drifting back and
got
forth.
Falcons on Facebook at 2.5. That's what I'm looking
Well,
at.
we'll see. That one may not have changed. So we'll see. All right. So we have the Falcons at -2.5. Do we have a win probability?
We certainly do. We certainly do. We have Atlanta sitting at a 54.6% win probability.
Wow. So it's a dome. So there's no weather on that one. Do we have an injury report? Who wants to handle the injury report today?
I can take it if you want, but
Go.
Okay, I got 4 and 4. 4 for the Buccaneers, 4 for the Falcons. We got Silas Zancy, offensive lineman, out undisclosed. Jamel Dean, cornerback, out with an ankle. We have Devin White, linebacker, out with his foot. That's nice. Mike Green, defensive lineman, is out with a calf. Oh, out with a toe. Nice. Right, for the Falcons, we have Barry Wesley, offensive lineman. He's out, undisclosed. David Oyamata, defensive lineman, out with his ankle. I see, that's getting nice going. And the other two is Jacob Sayers, running back, out, undisclosed. And the last one is Caleb McGarry. The tackle is out with his knee MCL.
Thank you for that. So already we have Buccaneers, Dreem, and for the Falcons, we have Coffee, Philly Special, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, and Scorekeeper. So I'm going with the Falcons. Almighty, what's it going to be?
Well, there's a chance here that if the Buccaneers win and the Saints win, I believe that all the teams will be tied at 6 and 7.
Wow.
And we will be looking at the losing record once again for the South to win that division. But anyway, God darn it. Every time I take the Buccaneers, they lose. Fuck. I'm going to take the Buccaneers. I don't care.
Almighty, Dream just died inside. Big Dog, who are you going to go for?
I'm going to jump the ship with Almighty and Dream.
Speedy.
I think I'm also going to join the Buck team.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
I'm going with the Falcons now. And no, I'm
All
just
right.
kidding. I'm
So,
just kidding.
all right.
All
Anime
right,
Girl.
Speedy, welcome aboard.
Anime Girl.
Me?
Yes.
Well, hell, I'm going with the Falcons.
Jeez. Liz, you have chosen the Falcons. Are you going to stick with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gridiron Girl.
Yeah, I'll go with the Falcons too.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Atta
So I
boy.
need the engineer in the chat room. As of right now, we have Dream, Almighty, Big Dog, and Speedy for the Buccaneers. For the Falcons, Coffee, Philly Special, Color Maven, NorCal Girl. I love his comment.
There it is.
Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Scorekeeper, Anime Girl, and Gig. And this one I'm able to figure out. Engineer is going to go for the Falcons because, as he says, the buck will not stop here. All right, folks, we are going and blowing. The first game is in. Almighty, Rams and Ravens. Go!
All right. Here we go. The Los Angeles Rams, with a record of 6 and 6, are going to Baltimore, with a record of 9 and 3. This is a 1:00 Eastern time game on Fox. So here we go with the comparables on offense. The Rams are 14. The Ravens are 7. On defense, the Rams are 15 and the Ravens are 2. On passing, the Rams are 15 and the Ravens are 20. When it comes to rushing, the Rams are like this number 15 a lot because there's 15 in rushing. However, the Ravens are number 1 in the rushing department. The last time these teams tangled, the Rams pulled off a 1-point win, 20-19, way back in last year, January 2nd of 2022.
Big Dog, we have, minus 7.5 for the Ravens. Is that correct?
Yes. So, and I know I changed that one, so you should have the correct one. So everything on there is correct.
May we have the win probability?
Win probability, they have put it down that the old Blackbirds are going to win 76.8%.
Wow. Do we have, since they're playing where they're playing in Baltimore, do we have a weather report?
Yes.
No dome. No dome.
It will be rainy. According to the forecast, it's expected to be 59 degrees Fahrenheit with a 100% chance of rain.
Thank you for that. Do we have an injury report?
We do. We have nobody out for the Rams and only one out for the Ravens, which is Kevin Seymour, the cornerback, is out with his shoulder.
Okay. There we go. So as of right now, we have no one for the Rams, the Ravens, Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, and Scorekeeper. Almighty, this is your game. You're first. What is it?
I will take the Ravens.
Being tricky. Okay, let's see if we have another trickster here. Big Dog, what's it going to be?
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm taking the Ravens all the way. I'm right behind Roz.
All right, Speed Day. And yes,
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
no, Speedy, you're not doing that game. It says Big Dog right there for the comment in the chat room. And Speedy's going to take the Rams. Speedy, the first game that you're going to take will be the Vikings Raiders. That's the afternoon game. Okay, sorry about that. Speedy, thank you. Anime Girl.
You're welcome.
Rams or Ravens?
Well, since Speedy's taking my team, I'll jump the other way and go for the Ravens.
Wow. Okay.
Probably
Liz,
regret it, but you know.
we've regretted a few times. Liz, you're taking the Ravens.
Correct.
You're going to keep it?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Gridiron Girl, what's it going to be?
I'm gonna go take the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I knew she
I've
was
always-
going to
Abandon the sisterhood.
Hey,
Oh,
she's
no,
a brave
no.
girl. She goes to her own drum. There's no doubt about that. Engineer, as soon as you are able, we need your picks. Other than that, we have, in recap, Rams, Speedy, and Gridiron Girl. For the Ravens, Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Scorekeeper, Almighty, Big Dog, and Anime Girl. So that's it. Second game is in the book. Big Dog, you are up.
All righty, we have the 9-3 Detroit Lions going to Chicago to play the 4-8 Bears. Of course, this game will be played at Soldier Field. And in the comparables, the Bears are 20th in offense, the Lions are 2nd. In defense, the Bears are 10th, the Lions are 13th. In passing, the Bears are 27th, the Lions are 4th. And the only redeeming factor for the Bears is rushing. The Bears are 3rd in the league, and the Lions are 4th in the league. In their last meeting, which was November 19th, just a few weeks ago, it was the Bears losing to Detroit in Detroit 31-26.
The line is Lions at -3. Do we have a win probability?
We certainly do. They have little Liney Pussycats winning at 60.6%.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to back up real quick. Engineer is going to go with his pros of Color Me Ravens. Thank you, Engineer. Do we have a weather report over at Soldier Field?
Yes, it will be very cloudy with a 10% chance of rain.
Okay, we have our first official live pick. It's going to be Engineer for the Lions. Okay. All right. Do we have an injury report?
Yeah, we have 2 out for the Lions. Mohamed Ibrahim, the running back, is out with his hip. And Frank Ragnow, the centre, is out with his knee. The Bears, as far as I'm aware, have one out, and that's Equinus St. Brown, the wide receiver, is out with his pectoral. I thought that was a damn bird or dinosaur. Never mind. Carry
Wow.
on.
That's a painful one. Big Dog, this is your
Yeah.
game. Who are you going with?
I'll take Simba.
Okay.
That's my line.
Oh, well, then
Well.
you can repeat it. Speedy, you're going with the Bears, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Got to do it.
Anime Girl.
I'm going to go with the Pussycats. I'll stick with the little Lionies. Yes.
Liz, we have you with the Lions.
I'll stay with Mufasa.
Gridiron Girl. Do not go for the Bears, but she goes on her own. Hi, Gridiron Girl. You're muted. We hear
The
you now.
Bears, please. The
Go ahead.
Bears.
I'm sorry.
The
You are
Bears.
going to go with the Bears.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool.
I have
Good
my
for you.
reasons.
Reasons.
What are those?
Okay.
What are the reasons?
Wow.
I will not tell.
Ah.
She likes the
I'll get 'em
cute
later.
tight ends.
All right, Gridiron Girl. Appreciate that. So it looks like we have everyone in. Quick recap for the Lions. Dreem.
No, never mind. I'll be nice.
For the Lions, we have Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Scorekeeper, Engineer, Big
Do
Dog, Anime
tell,
Girl.
Big Dog.
For the Bears,
tell.
we have Coffee, Philly Special, Speedy, and Gridiron Girl. I'm sorry, Gridiron Girl. What did you say?
She said, "Do tell," so I will tell. I said I was going to say better a tight end than a wide receiver.
Oh,
Yes,
God,
I agree.
I'm glad you agree.
This
Glad
is
there
lovely
is
loose
agreement.
today.
If you guys were diplomats, the wars would have ended. So good job on both. All right, Liz, you're up next.
Alrighty. We have what is growl? We have the Colt.
Good God.
Mute both of those so I can get through this. All right, we've got the Colt. We have the Colts versus the Bengals. Right now, in the Colts are 7-5, and Cincinnati is 6-6. Colts right now in offense are 15th versus Bengals at 25th. In defense for the Colts, they are 24th versus Cincinnati at 31st. In passing, the Colts are 16th, and they're almost equal at 17th for Cincinnati. And the Colts in rushing are 13th, whereas the Bengals are at the moment 32nd. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. First place. Yay! Please understand I'm being facetious. All right. The last time these guys played was October 18th of 2020. The Colts pulled 31st out of 27.
All right. The Bengals are favored, it's -2.5. Do we have a win probability?
We do. The little stripy pussycats are 54.3% for winning.
Okay. Do we at Cincinnati Bengals? Do we have a weather report?
It will be very cloudy. It's expected to be 37 degrees Fahrenheit with a 13% chance of rain.
Injury report.
Right, injury report. I have 3 for the Colts. And they are Isaac Taylor Stewart, the cornerback, is out with that mysterious disease undisclosed. Jonathan Taylor, the running back, is out with his little thumb. And Braden Smith, the tackle, is out with his knee. For the Bengals, if I remember, there's about 2 of those. Where are you? Cam Taylor-Britt, the cornerback, is out with his quadriceps. Jacob Sailors is out. The running back is out, undisclosed. My mistake. Jackson Kirkland, the guard, is out with his wrist. There you are, 3-3 for all the injuries.
So far for the Colts, Color Maven, NorCal Grow, and Scorekeeper, and for the Bengals, we have Coffee, Philly, Special, and Dream. NorCal Grow, this is your game. What's it going to be, Sybil? Plain
I'm
Jane?
sticking with the Colts because I'm trying to get one up on somebody who went the opposite way.
Wow. All right. So, Gridiron Grow, what's it going to be? Unmute.
Yes, Bengals, please, for me.
Okay. So, Almighty.
I'm going to take the Bungles.
Big Dog.
Yes. I'll take the bungholes also.
Speedy.
I'm going with them as well.
Anime Girl.
Thank you. Keep that way. Maybe I will win.
Wow.
Oh, my.
I'm taking My Little Pony.
Engineer, what's it going to be? Oh. Hopefully he will be. Oh, no, I didn't see it right now. So hopefully he'll be in. Now, you're going to be in, Engineer, for the Seahawks 49ers, I hope. You like doing that, so we'll see. So, okay, in recap, Colts, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Scorekeeper, and Anime Girl. Bengals, Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Gridiron Girl, Almighty, Big Dog, and Speedy. I believe that's everyone. The next game is going to be Almighty, Jaguars, Browns. You're up.
I don't think I picked the game before the last
I'm
one.
sorry. You may
I
not
could
have
be. I
known.
could be mistaken.
Let me see. It looks like you did not. Lions, Bears.
Okay, I will be taking
I'm sorry.
the Bears.
There's your double T. Your TT. So there you go, Almighty. Okay. No, I'm not going to be able to leave that there. Okay, Almighty, you're up. Jaguars, Browns.
All right, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars 8-4 going to Cleveland to play the Browns, who are 7-5 and have lost the last 2 games. This game is at 1:00 on CBS. So here we go. In offense, the Jaguars are 13, while the Browns are 21. Here we go. Defense, Jaguars are 23. The Browns are still number 1. In passing, the Browns are 26th, but the Jaguars are 10th. In rushing, the Jaguars are 23rd, and the Browns are not bad at 7th. The last time these 2 teams met, I'm like, oh, it was a preseason game, and the Browns won 24-13 in August of 2022.
Before I give the point, good morning, Tanya, Ice Princess, Ice Queen. Thank you for joining us.
Hello,
And
Tanya. How you doing today?
Hi, you Disney Queen.
Disney
Morning,
Queen. Yes.
Tanya.
So hopefully she'll be able to
Morning.
join us live shortly. For this one, the Browns are -3. Do we have a win probability?
We certainly do. The baby shits are taking it 58%.
Weather, Almighty.
It is expected to be 38 degrees with an 18% chance of rain.
Wow. Do we have an injury report?
We certainly do. The Jaguars, King Jaguars, Trey Hendon, cornerback, is out with concussion. Wonder who he's been headbutting. Brenton Strange, the tight end, is out with his foot. And Walker Little, offensive lineman, is out with his hamstring. They're the baby shits. I believe we have 2 out on these. Ty Nisheki, the tackle, is out with his biceps. Strange man. And the other one is Perrin Winfrey, the defensive tackle, is out with his ankle.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we have Color Maven, NorCal Girl, and Scorekeeper for the Jaguars. For the Browns, we have Coffee, Philly Special, and Dream. Almighty, this is yours. Which one's it going to be? This is your team.
Well, both teams will be starting their backups. Uh, it's expected that Joe Falco will be playing, but that's a game time decision. So I will be taking the Browns. Also, the starting quarterback for the Jaguars has a sore shoulder, but we
Oh.
don't know which one.
Well, hopefully Tanya's all right. She says she's losing her mind. Don't know why. She may share. If she joins us, she can share the agony. She fits in just fine with this bunch of characters right here. So Almighty has chosen Big Dog. What's it going to be?
Oh, I gotta go with my little baby shitters. You gotta be kidding.
Speedy.
I'm gonna go with the Jaguars on this.
Yeah, good. I mean, good job, Speedy.
Anime Girl?
Oh, can I shoot him, please? I'm going for the Jaguars, please.
Okay.
Wow.
North
Get down the middle,
Carolina,
aren't we?
you have the Jaguars.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that with all the
You
commotion.
have the Jaguars. You're going to stay with them?
I'm sticking with my little feline friends.
Okay. Gridiron Girl.
I will take the little baby shitters, please, for me.
I thought you were going to say, I'll take my little baby shitters for 100. That would have been perfect.
I thought so too.
Yeah, it just sounded that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
did.
do we have everyone? Jay has missed the last two at least. So, all right, Jaguars, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Scorekeeper, Speedy, Anime Girl, Browns, Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Almighty, Big Dog, and Gig. All right, next game, Anime Girl, you're up.
Right. Next game we have got Carolina Panthers. 1-11. Aren't they clever? Up against the Saints, 5-7. Equally clever little group. And the comparables. The Panthers on offense are 30th. The Saints, 12th.
Wow.
On defense, the Panthers are 7th. Are you kidding me? The Saints are 14th. In passing, the Panthers are 30th. That figures. While the Saints are 11th. And on rushing, the Panthers are 26th, while the Saints are 21st. The last time these two decided to go head-to-head was September 18th of this year, when the Saints went marching in 3 ahead of the Panthers on 17.
Wow. All right. I apologize. There it is. I lost it on screen. It was just a few weeks ago. All right. So we'll say hi to Tanya in just a quick moment. What is the Saints? They are at -6. What is the win probability?
Win probability for the Saints is 69.9%.
Ooh, wow. Saints, go ahead, Almighty. Why don't you give us the weather report on that one?
It's in a dome.
Come on, engineer. Where the hell are you? Do we have an injury report?
We certainly do. We certainly do. Right. For the Panthers, we have at least 2 out. We have Tarek Cohen, the running back, is out with a hamstring. And the other one for the Panthers is Hayden Hurst, the tight end, is out with concussion. Now for the dear old Saints. Oh dear, here we go. Kendry Miller, running back, out with his ankle. Ryan Connolly, the linebacker, out, undisclosed. Isaiah Foskey, defensive end, out with quadriceps. And there is more, people. There is more. Billy Price, the center, is out, undisclosed. And I believe, as they say in ancient Rome, that's your lot.
All right. Anime. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna switch the Bills and Chiefs. I'm doing that one. I'm going to ask Big Dog to have that one ready to go in a little bit.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you. Okay, Anime Girl. You see, no one's for the Panthers. Quite a few people for the Saints. Who are you going for? Who's your pick on this game?
Oh, I'm going marching on in.
All right. Wow. Okay. Liz, are you going to stick with the Saints?
Mother Teresa and friends.
Wow. And speaking of Mother Teresa, Gridiron Girl. It's because you're a
Funny.
saint, woman. You're a saint.
I'm gonna be taking the Panthers though.
Say what?
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
As Jay would say, tell me why.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Come on,
there's a lot
woman.
happening in the Saints. There's a lot of moving pieces right now. So, and I think the Panthers, their defense have improved. So, I'm going to take a
Okay.
chance.
Okay.
Okay, well, Engineer is not in agreement with you. He's going to take, oh, geez. How the hell do you spell engineer? Oh, okay, there it is. Sorry. Engineer. Okay, I apologize. And we're going to take a quick moment. Tanya, if you're, good morning. How are you? What's going on, young lady?
Remember how I was looking for orders and what have you? Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody decides to order at the last freaking minute.
Well, that's Christmas for you. That's
So
Christmas
now-
for you.
I'm losing
Disney
my
Queen.
mind. I'm trying to get all these orders out today. So I'm gonna have to run to the post office before it closes today so that I can get everybody's orders out. Liz, I do have to talk to you about your cup, your other tumbler order, and then I think that might be it. I'm hoping to get all my orders done by this week. So, but everybody's aware that if you ordered for Christmas, you're probably not gonna get it in time. Which is why I told everybody to order in November. So
Yes, you did. And
Yeah.
I did. I'm proud. Yes.
so
So you'll be able to show. I'm glad for that announcement. Maybe we can see some of the stuff you're working on a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and continue now. Let's see. Gridiron gave it to us. Oh, I have to choose. Yeah, I'm not. No. I appreciate you, girl.
Yeah.
I'm not going with the Panthers. Almighty, what's it going to
Okay,
be?
it's all right.
Okay.
No
Well,
worries.
first,
I know you're a big girl. It's all right.
First, I have some breaking news. Maybe Eagles head of security Dom DeSandro is being banned from being on the Philadelphia's sideline for Sunday night game versus the Cowboys for his part in last Sunday's sideline fracas with 49ers linebacker Dre Greenlaw.
Thank God.
And then Greenlaw gave him one of those, what are they called? Sanchez mustache or something?
Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, Dirty Sanchez. That's what he gave him. Remember that? If you see it, yeah. Anyway,
Guys, I forget. Big Dog, what's the Dirty Sanchez?
No. Look it up.
Yeah,
No,
go
no,
look
no,
that
no.
up, boy. Go look that up.
This is still pretty much a PG-13. I'm not gonna go past that. Sorry.
oh my, yeah, that is.
Ask Alexa.
Ask Alexa. All right, well, fair enough. Almighty, what's it going to be?
Oh yeah, I am taking. What the hell am I taking? I'm going to take the. Gosh, you know what? I'm going to
That you're
take.
taking me.
Yeah, right. I'm taking the Panthers.
Oh, ow. Okay, you're going to get the TT on that one, Almighty. Good for you. There it is. It's going to stay just because of you. Well, all right, Big Dog.
All right,
Do we have
Almighty.
3 in a row, Big Dog?
Woo!
For the 1 in
Even
11
though-
Panthers.
Even though Derek Carr is playing,
You
I will still
never
take the
know.
Saints. I
You
still take the
never
Saints.
know.
That's funny.
Oh, if Derek Carr's not playing, then I'll really take the Saints. No problem.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wait a
On the
minute, he's
mighty-
playing or he's not playing?
Of course. No, he's playing. He's
Oh,
starting.
then
Playing,
then
he's
that's
going
why I'm
with the
taking the
Saints.
Panthers.
If he's out, he's definitely going with the Saints. That's how I took it. That's funny.
Yeah, the
All right,
Panthers
Speedy.
are just
Go.
pathetic. So they're the They're the '80s Clippers of the
You
NFL
never
right
know.
now.
Ooh, no, you never know. And speaking of such, Speedy, what are you going to do on this one? What does the
Dun,
saying
dun, dun.
from San Leandro, California? Wait a minute, you're taking the Panthers?
I'll take the Panther for 100. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Speedy. I like
Oh,
that.
Thank
my.
you. Thanks, Speedy. Thank you.
Oh,
Nice
wow.
one, Speedy. Keep going, boy. Keep going.
All right, I think we've gone around the horn. I think we do have everyone. I'm sorry, what? Oh, yeah, I think we have gone around. So I know she's busy, and she does know a little bit about football to make this one call. So I'm going to ask Ice Queen, between the Panthers, who are 1-11, versus the Derek Carr Saints that are 5-7, what would be Ice Queen's pick?
Panthers.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
Without
I like it
hesitation.
too.
what does she know that we don't?
She knows quite a bit when it comes to sports. Even though football's not her thing, she still knows quite a bit. So there's Ice Queen. We've added her for this game. And, of course, if you want to join in on the other games, I know it's not your stick, but thank you, Tanya. Thank you for spending it with us. And I know you're working, but you're still spending it with us. I do want to say that I did get an emergency call from someone that I know, and they had forgotten that I was doing a sports program, and they apologized. That person never calls me, but they called me early. So they said, okay, Roger, your penance will be for taking this emergency call. Gridiron Girl will love it. Go Doyers! Go Doyers! Go Doyers! Go Doyers! I had to say it 4 times. So I did. Sorry. That was my penance. So in recap, Panthers, Gridiron Girl, Almighty, Speedy, and Ice Queen. For the Saints, Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Anime Girl, Engineer, Scorekeeper, and Big Dog. And we're going to go over to Liz for the next game. Texans, then Jets, and then Speedy, then Engineer, Big Dog, Almighty, Big Dog again. And then for the Monday night games, Speedy and Liz will finish it off. And I may have done Anime Girl wrong. Sorry. Yeah, I think she's only doing 1 game this week. Sorry. I'm trying to get everyone in, but I try to get their favorite teams.
It's okay.
You should give her the counters.
No, that's
Damn it,
too
that's
late.
right.
It's too late.
I did mess up. A
You
big
can get
okay.
off. Look, it's too late, man. You're off the Christmas card list. That's it. You're gone.
Was never on it, so that's all right.
Yes, you
Okay,
were. But no,
you're right.
lost
I messed up.
you
Yours
lost
is the
your
Cowboys.
address. Yeah, I lost your
That's why
address.
I was making the change. That's why I gave the Big Dog the Bills and Chiefs. So all right, here we go. Liz, Texans, Jets. Boom.
Yeah, in fact, it should be Ice Queen's favorite team. She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me for that. She still has my gift. I need to be
Dude,
decent.
you
Or-
twisted Tanya on that one. That was
So,
funny.
so,
I tell you what,
Dirt-
you looked to kill. You were dead. I'm telling you.
so Tanya just sent me a personal text that said the update on NorCal Girls order. It will be there for Christmas, but of 2024.
Okay, I was thinking she'd say 20, 29, 23. Anyhow, we have Houston, Texas versus the New York Jets. Houston right now is 7-5, and New York is 4-8. Texans right now in offense, actually they're doing really well, 6th versus the Jets at 31st. In defense, Texans are 19th versus the Jets at 8th. Boy, there's a flip. And in passing, the Texans are 2nd, whereas the Jets are 31st. And in rushing, yeah, they're almost comparable. The Texans are 24th in rushing versus 29th for the Jets. The last time these guys played was November 28th of 2021. The Jets won at 21 over the Texans at 14.
The line for this one is Jets minus 3.5. Do we have a win probability?
Oh, I'm sorry. That should be Houston by 3.5. So sorry.
Whoa,
I put it on the wrong spot.
You mean Texans?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And same number?
Yes. I just put it in the wrong spot. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you for the correction on that. Win probability.
Win
You see,
probability.
Big Dog's on the game, man. Not only does he keep track
No-
of everything, he knows the numbers too.
Yeah, win probability is the Texans 62.6%.
Do we
Who the
have
hell is that?
a weather report?
No
It-
dome. No dome.
Yeah, anyway, it will be raining. And it's expected to be 59 degrees,
Anyway,
as I said, with a 97% chance of rain.
Wait, where is the game?
It's in New York.
the
New
Middlelands, I
Jersey.
believe.
It's in
Oh,
New
good
Jersey.
luck getting that
East-
game. 'Cause
East Rutherford or whatever it's called.
Oh,
What
ladies
time-
and gentlemen, I think we are getting professional commentary right now on the weather.
what
Please.
time is the game at?
1 o'clock.
We have it at 1. Yes, thank you. 1 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, yeah.
No, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Pacific.
Because we're expecting a really horrible storm
o'clock Eastern.
tomorrow. So there's going to be so much flooding. Winds are going to be out of control. And the lightning and what have you is going to be
Oh my.
extremely intense. So
Well,
they'll
Do you expect delays then?
since it's
Yeah.
at 1 o'clock, they might get the game in. They might be okay. But if it was a night game, I'd be like, that game's getting no. There's no way
So-
they're going to play.
So the pitch will be pretty wet then.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's going to be a hell of a
For the love of God.
hell of a time.
So is that supposed to start at game time, or did you say they're safe for? I mean, for bad weather.
Because the heaviest of the rains are supposed to be later in the afternoon, so they might be okay. But I
All
will.
right.
It's gonna be an interesting game.
Because remember last week or the week before when Pittsburgh had to stop because of lightning.
This is gonna be worse.
Well, that was against the Cardinals because the Cardinals were beaten really bad that they came back and were flat. So yeah. Okay, well, I guess whoever can swim the best will win this game.
It'll be a polo. It's going to be a polo match, not a football match.
Well, there you
And I
go.
already know because that's gonna be like my lead story tomorrow. Is gonna be the weather because there's gonna be power outages and everything.
Wow. Oh, speaking of that, Tanya, last Sunday, when we were doing the Flash, you had breaking news. What was that breaking news that was so important to leave our Flash review?
I had a lot of shit going on in the newsroom that I needed to take care of.
Okay, that's cool.
Not it because I'm not throwing people under the bus
Understood.
Well, we missed you on the program, Tanya.
about it. What?
We missed you on the program.
Yeah, and I was pissed because that was the one that I was actually looking forward to.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
So I was beyond annoyed by it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, maybe we'll do a quick preview sometime to get your opinion on that movie because I'd be interested in that.
Okay.
But anyway, enough of that. Go ahead, Roger. I'm sorry.
Not at all. Hey, we're all having conversations here. We're good, man. It's part of the family. It's really neat. If Tony were here, it'd be perfect, but he's not. Oh, and Dream.
Maybe not.
I don't know. Maybe he's caught in the weather. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Okay, I apologize. All right. So we have the injury report, do we?
Yes, we do. We do indeed. We have 2 out for the Texans. We have Dalton Schultz, the tight end. He's out with a hamstring. And Tank Dell, the wide receiver, is out with his lower leg.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bloody
For
hell.
the Jets, well, we have Mr. Rogers who's out full time, but there you go. He's professionally out. Then we have Wes Schweitzer, the offensive lineman, is out with his calf. Followed by Jason Brownlee, the wide receiver, is out with his ankle. And I believe there's one other, Perrin Winfrey, defensive tackle, also out with his ankle.
all right.
Did the Jets announce who the quarterback is going to be?
It's going to be
Is
I've
it
got Zach Wilson down as
Wilson. Yeah, it's going to be Wilson.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, 'cause
does it make
they
a
had-
difference, Tanya?
They hadn't made the announcement when they said that they were going to make the announcement. So I left work and I didn't even know what if they had made it yet.
Well, the coach made a
Well,
press release, or whatever, a press conference, and said that Wilson was going to start, and he was the best choice, best quarterback, or whatever. And so the question is, why didn't he start the 2 games that he missed? If he was, well, plus he whined, didn't he, Tanya, about about not starting or wanting to start?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Well, I read that the New York Savior will be possibly back next Sunday. So
that will not
I,
happen.
No.
Oh, we have the declaration right there. We'll get to that one in a little bit.
Yeah, but I
And
mean, is it worth it? Him coming back so with the
No,
Jets
because
out of it?
after the loss,
yeah.
they said that in the New York Post, I think it was, that it's not going to be. He's not going to come back because there's just no point, because the Jets have no hope this year. If the Jets were actually going to make the playoffs, then he would have made the push to come back. But that is not the case, so he is not going to be back this year.
Okay. So I guess you have to wait till next year to wear your jersey.
Aww. My heart is breaking for all New York Jets fans. I hope that means my ex just jumped off a building.
Oh my. Wow. That is serious talk right there.
the funny thing is, that wasn't even breaking news. That was just part of the story.
That's breaking news, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, every time one of his favorite teams just go into shit, I have a lot of pride in that.
Oh, that's why you don't like the Yankees.
No, unfortunately, he's a Mets fan, so
Oh my.
I wish he were a Yankees fan, because then that would explain everything.
Well,
No,
Yeah, all right, whatever. Liz, Liz, are you sticking with the Texans?
Well, due to all the heavy rain and everything, I think I'll just have to transport everybody on the USS Texan, and we'll go with that.
here's the thing. Jets are used to playing in horrible, horrible weather. So,
Yeah, as evidenced by their record. I guess you're right. I
Yeah.
misunderstood you, NorCal girl. Does that mean you're switching or you're sticking with the iceberg going down?
Hey, I'm on the Titanic forever.
Okay, so that means you're staying with the Texans?
Yes.
Okay, I am sorry. I misunderstood. I'm getting old. I apologize. All right. So,
Getting
Gridiron
old?
Girl, you're up.
Texans for me, please.
Okay. Does Tanya want to choose in this game the Texans and the Jets?
Texans.
Without hesitation, man.
a quick peekaboo there.
Yeah. And there he is, the man of the hour, Engineer.
What's up, guys?
So,
What's up?
Hey, engineer.
Hey,
So,
hey.
how we doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. How's everyone up there? I won't be able to be on here too long, but I'll be doing the game that Roger set up.
oh,
Oh,
does
really?
that mean if I tell you to do something, you have to do it? Ooh.
Ooh.
I never do that.
The power of
Ooh.
the big dog.
Oh, we're getting to the level of He-Man. I have the power.
Oh my.
God.
All I can say is hell no. Okay, let's go. What
lost
But
you
everything
picking?
good.
What you
Back.
picking?
So what's it going to be, Engineer?
I'm going with the Texans also.
Oh, all right. Okay, so then we're going to go to Scorekeeper for some stupid reason. He's going to go with the Texans as well. And Almighty.
I will be taking the Texans.
Now, the order changed up a little bit, but Big Dog is with us again. So what is it going to be, Speedy? Speedy, you're muted.
You think you're muted, Speedy boy?
No, he's muted. He's muted for a
Still
reason.
muted.
You are definitely muted.
Yes, you are.
Don't
Yes,
tell
you
me
are.
no.
There you go.
Dare tell me no.
Hey!
Sorry, sorry,
He
sorry.
figured
He
it right
finally
out.
figured
He
it out.
said, "Shake, no, I'm not." Yes, you are.
No, I
What's
said,
funny, dude?
I said I'm gonna join Coffee and jump off the bridge with him.
Aw.
Oh my.
Oh.
You just made a lot of our days right now, so that's good.
Mm.
Let's see. Hopefully the Big Dog is with us because it looks like he's having internet issues.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to ask Santa for a new computer here.
All right. Well, I think Big Dog might need to do. We have multiple personalities in the Big Dog.
We
That
do?
is funny. Okay, there he is. Sorry,
That's
Big Dog.
normally me.
Are you there, young man?
I believe so. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we can see you as well, which is really good.
Okay.
So
All
what are you
right.
picking?
So, are you going to go with the Texans or the Jets?
Oh, I'll take the Rangers.
All right. That's Big
Go go
Dog.
Power Rangers.
And Anime Girl, what's it going to be?
Me? Well, it looks like I'm just going to have to go with the crowd and go with
Yeah.
I need to confirm. Are you going to go with the Texans?
Yeah.
Please-
I'm
please
going with the
confirm.
Texans.
Okay. So then we have for the Texans, Philly Special, Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Gridiron Girl, Ice Queen, Engineer, Scorekeeper, Almighty, Big Dog, and Anime Girl. For the Jets, Coffee and Speedy. All right. And speaking of the aforementioned Soul, we are now going to the first afternoon game, Pacific time. Speedy, you are up.
All right, we have the thick Vikings taking on the 5-7 Las Vegas Raiders at 1:05 p.m. And where is the rest of the?
Oh, you're looking at the screen?
No, I'm looking at my screen.
Oh.
But you're asking us, where's everything? Okay.
Well, we might know. You never know.
There you
You
go.
might be looking at his screen.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just
Maybe.
ignore.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Thank you. All right.
For my
In
next
offense, the
trip.
Vikings are 11th. The Raiders are
Mhm.
29th. In defense, the Vikings are 12th. The Raiders are 20th. In passing, the Vikings are 6th. The Raiders are 22nd. And in rushing, the Vikings are 28th and the Raiders are
Right.
31st.
Heading
Lord
for
have
the Lord.
mercy.
And the last time these two teams played was
And I was there. That was the
Yep.
game. I was there, yes, for that preseason game. That was the first one.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, I got emotional.
Oh my!
Don't want to get emotional.
Aw.
He needs a hanky.
the Raiders beat the Vikings
Needs something.
26-20.
And that is why they won, because it was preseason. I think they went 5-0 that preseason too.
Yeah.
So, all
They
right.
were a
fair enough.
chance.
Yeah, let me tell you. Big Dog says the Vikings are -3. What is the win probability?
The win probability is the spiky helmeted ones are winning 58.7%.
Whoa.
Someone
Look at
thought
that.
that was funny.
Mm.
Sorry, I lost it.
You
Okay,
lost it.
58.7%. Do we have a win? No, we do not. What is
It's in the
Okay.
dome.
There we
what is
go.
the weather
It's
report?
in the dome.
Okay, fair enough. Do we have an injury report?
Yeah, we do. We got nobody for the spiky helmeted ones, but for the little old Raiders, Colton Miller, the tackle, is out with his shoulder. How
Ouch.
far, Speedy? What does that do for your team?
Oh, and you are up, Speedy. What's it going to be? What
Well,
are you going for?
As if we
I'm
didn't
going for
know.
the Raiders, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There it is. Tell me
Of
why.
course.
Don't do that again.
Guys, the Vikings just don't have it anymore. Okay?
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Anime Girl, what's it going to be?
Oh God.
Oh,
they're
I'm going
big
for the
purple.
spiky helmeted ones just to spite Speedy. I'm just,
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Funny. Okay. Forgive me. Sybil, what's it going to be?
Mm.
You have the Vikings.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go with my ancestors with the Vikings.
Oh,
Okay.
the arrogance. Gridiron Girl,
Vikings, please.
without a
Mm.
doubt. I wonder what Ice Queen is going to do, because on this one it looks like it's only-
Wait.
Oh, here we
Oh.
go.
Oh.
Did you just
Oh.
call Liz arrogant?
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute, what?
You called
Yeah,
Liz
he did.
Did you call Liz arrogant? This coming from a Yankee fan, one of the most arrogant fans on God's green earth. And you put that
Oh,
call her arrogant? Have you lost
Uh-oh.
your ever loving mind?
I
Ooh.
worship at your
So,
feet, my queen. I worship at your feet.
Ooh. Oh my God.
someone just got
I call
spanked
that-
big time.
Yes, big time.
Yeah, consider yourself truly chastised, sir.
Yes. Time
Apologize.
out for scorekeeper. Time out.
Apologize.
Yeah. Sin bin. Bugger off.
Estoy aquí diciendo cosas.
Oh my God.
Más mal que ella.
Ooh.
I'm actually all right with that.
Ooh.
Hellfire. Anyway, pick a team. Pick a team.
Hell yeah,
Alfred.
hell yeah, that was good. I'm all right with that. Like I said, I don't engage Tanya because I'm gonna lose anyway, so it's all good. I'm just gonna smile and wave, boys.
Smile away.
That's it. All right, here we go. Wow.
Ain't cute and cuddly. That's the only problem.
Yeah. Engineer, what's it gonna be?
Oh boy. I've been going back and forth with this one, and I'm going to go for a risk taker on this one. I'm going for the Raiders.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put a
There
question
you
mark
go.
on that one. That was a hard one.
Okay, I appreciate
That's what
that.
she said.
That's what she said.
And speaking of what she said, Big Dog, what else did she say for your pick on this one?
Well, two things. One, the Vikings are not done. The Vikings have actually won the last 3 in a row. So, on that quote that was there, but I will go with my team actually, even though I think they might lose, but they are playing at home and they do need this game. So I'm going Raiders.
All right, Big Dog, thank you. Scorekeeper's going with the Raiders. Almighty.
I will be taking the Vikings.
You're getting 1 T for that. All right. So, in recap, we have for the Vikings, Philly Special, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Anime Girl, Gridiron Girl, Almighty. For the Raiders, we have Coffee, Dream, Scorekeeper, Speedy, Engineer, and Big Dog.
This is split 6-6. One of the few times it's actually right down the middle.
It really is cool. So, do we have a tiebreaker? Will Ice Queen go ahead and ridicule the Raiders, or will she take?
Raiders against who?
Vikings.
Vikings. And they're playing in Vegas.
Yeah, I'll go with Raiders.
Ooh,
One thing real quick.
there we go.
All
They'll
right.
probably lose. So
I
sorry.
see it the other way around. They'll probably win.
quick and
Okay, appreciate that. So
I
we
felt
added
it.
Ice Queen to the Raiders. So okay, so we have the next game coming up. It is the afternoon game. Seahawks 49ers. Engineer.
All right, guys, here we go. We are having the Seattle Seahawks versus the 49ers at Levi Stadium. Let's go with the stats, please. All right. Offense, Seahawks 19th, 49ers 3rd. 49ers defense 5th, Seahawks 22nd. 49ers passing is 8th, and the Seahawks is the 14th. And lastly, we have the 49ers with rushing 5th and the Seahawks 27th. As we all know, these teams just played very, very recently on a Thanksgiving game where the 49ers scored 31 and the Seattle Seahawks scored a 13 on November 23rd, 2023.
That really would have
Enjoy.
been the inverse, right?
Morning.
Michael Day, thank you for that. Says Ice Queen will win. I like that. All right.
Oh, thank you.
So for this one, Big Dog provided us. It is minus 13 for the 49ers on this one. Wow. Do we have a win probability?
Yeah, we do. I'm just looking for the end of the red line here. Right, we have the old folks at 86.3%.
Wow. Almighty, do we have a weather report?
It will be partly cloudy and 61 degrees with no chance of rain.
Wow.
No dome, no dome,
No dome. Injury report.
no dome.
No
Injury
dome.
report. Right. I got 2 out for the Seahawks at the moment. Phil Haynes, the guard, is out with his toe. Good boy. And Levi Bell, the linebacker, is out with the mysterious undisclosed. For the 49ers, we have, I believe, 3 of them out. Ray McLeod, the wide receiver, is out with his rib.
Sorry.
Eric Armstead, the defensive lineman, is out with his foot. And Ross Dwelly, tight end, is out with his ankle. So there you go, engineer. What does that do for your team?
What's it going to be, engineer?
And
Is
if we
it
didn't know-
obvious? Duh. I'm going with the 49ers.
Wow.
I would never have guessed that one.
I know, huh?
Hey, by
I
the way,
know, huh?
Hell, I'm not even going to ask you why.
True. Very
congratulations.
true.
Your team pulled it off last week. Congratulations, buddy.
Oh, thank you guys.
Well
Thank
done for
you.
last week, mate. You
Yeah,
screwed
yep.
my bloody chances up.
They
Yep,
didn't.
yep.
They didn't pull it off. They beat the holy crap out of them. Is what they did.
By the way,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm,
Greg,
I'm worried about Sunday because I know Seattle is going to come with full force because of what happened
Nah.
2 weeks ago. You're like, nah.
Nah.
Gridiron Girl, you said something. You want to repeat it, Gridiron Girl?
Wait, what?
You said something.
I told him congratulations.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
All right, sorry, you're out. Michael, I got your message. I will get it after we do the football picks. Thank you. All right. So we have engineer Big Dog. What's it going to be?
Well, since I hate one of the teams and the other one has the second best quarterback of all time, much to my chagrin, it took me a while to admit that, and you guys all know that. Of course, I'm going to take the Niners.
Wow. Okay. Almighty, what's it going to be? Because we did lose Speedy.
Well, the 49ers are healthy, and they proved last week that they are the best team in the NFL right now. When they're totally healthy like this, and they've been scoring a lot of points, so I expect them to just do the same thing with the Seahawks and probably win 54-7.
Oh, 54-7.
Wow.
Sounds like an old Super Bowl score back in the 80s, I think. All right. Oh, no, it's 55-7, I think was they predicted. Anyway, pretty good. Okay, Anime Girl.
Well, much as I hate to admit it, it looks like the Seahawks are on a hiding to nothing, so we'll stick with the old folks.
Okay. Liz, you've chosen the 49ers.
I'll stay with the Golden Gate Boys.
All right. Gridiron Girl.
Niners for me, please.
And if Tanya cares to comment, 6-6 Seahawks versus a 9-3 49ers.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the 49ers.
I guess. Okay. So, Seahawks, no one, not even coffee on this one. How sad. The 49ers, coffee, Philly Special, Dreem, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Scorekeeper, Engineer, Big Dog, Almighty with 1 T, 54-7, Anime Girl, Gridiron Girl, and Ice Queen. Okay. We are going to the next game. Big Dog, you are up.
Oh, shit.
Bills and
Yep.
Chiefs.
Yep, I got it. Well, it will be the 6-6 Buffalo Bills heading to Kansas City to take them on. They are 8-4. This will be at 1:25 Pacific time on CBS. They are playing at Gaya Field at Arrowhead Stadium. In the comparables, the Chiefs are 9th on offense. The Bills 4th. On defense, the Chiefs are 4th. The Bills are 11th. In passing, the Chiefs are 9th. The Bills are 5th. And in rushing, the Chiefs are 17th, while the Bills are 10th. In their last matchup, which was October 16th of last year, It was the Bills over the Chiefs in Kansas City, 24-20.
The big dog has the Chiefs at -1. Do we have a win probability?
We certainly do. It's the Chiefs at 51.4%.
Wow. Almighty? Do
It
we
will
have-
be partly cloudy and 43 degrees Fahrenheit with no chance of rain.
Okay. Do we have an injury report?
Yeah, this might change a whole lot of people's opinions here.
No.
We got one out for the Bills, which is Cameron Klein, the defensive end, is out with that mysterious undisclosed. For the Chiefs, though, are you ready? We have Cole Christianen, the linebacker, is out with a hamstring. Isaiah Moore, linebacker, out undisclosed. Wait, there's more. Drew Twankwell, linebacker, is out with concussion. Donovan Smith, the tackle, is out with his neck. Brian Cook, the safety, is out with his ankle. And Isaiah Pachero, running back, is out with his shoulder. So
Wow,
there you
okay.
go, people. You got about 6 of the Chiefs not playing.
Welcome back, Speedy. Appreciate that. All right, big dog. This is your game that
Yes.
you're doing right now. Bills or Chiefs?
This is a tough one with all those injuries. The Chiefs seem to be spiraling a little bit. They absolutely need this game to stay in the hunt for one of the top tier for the bye, actually, for the playoffs, which I don't think they're going to get. But still, they need this game more than the Bills. So I will take the Chiefs on this one.
Okay. I'm going with the Chiefs. Almighty.
Both of these teams have been playing wonky football all season long.
Yep.
And it's a hard game to pick. I mean, I know that Big Dog said the Chiefs really need it, but so do the Bills. They need to. And the thing is, the Bills rely on Allen, and the Chiefs don't have a receiver except for Kelsey, and that's really and they're really suffering this year without Tyreek Hill. And I know I'm rambling on, but I'm going to have to. Gosh darn it! It's at home. I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Speedy.
Me?
Yeah.
For which game? 'Cause-
Well, you've got a choice of two. You've got the 49ers to pick with the Seahawks, and you've also got Bills and Chiefs to pick.
not the Niners, not on that one. I would never
So
pick the
you're
Niners.
going with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Wow.
the lone.
For you, man.
Dude,
Okay. Wow.
He went with the
En-
chicken hawks.
what the
engineered-
heck?
Yeah.
I gotta redig my Raiders then. Jeez Louise. What the heck?
Dude,
And
dude,
Bills
engineer is
Chiefs.
laid back. You. Wow.
Dude,
You.
it's
hurt-
all good. It's all good.
You genuinely hurt the engineer.
Thank you for that bail.
Someone's dinner's ready.
Time out.
Right.
Yeah.
Bills and
my
Chiefs,
boy just went
Speedy.
off.
Bills and Chiefs.
Well, Speedy is always lone wolf McQuaid.
Mhm. Bills and Chiefs.
I'll go with the Chiefs.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bollocks.
No more lone wolf McQuaid for him.
No.
Anime girl, what's it going to be?
Well, despite the fact that Joan has just jumped on the ship, I'm going with the Chiefs.
Prairie girl, you're in the Chiefs. You gonna stick with them?
Yeah, I guess.
Prairie Girl, that's a new one.
Wow.
What's
Good
bad
answer.
is I answered to it.
Yeah.
That is true.
I knew who you were talking about.
I've called you Prairie Girl
And-
before in other programs.
Yeah,
Most
you
of the
have.
time in sport, yeah. So actually, unfortunately, woman, you do have a lot of names. That is funny. Gridiron Girl, what's it going to be? You're muted. As it should be. Gridiron Girl? Okay, she might just be busy for a moment. Does Ice Queen wish to take a pick on this one? Bills and Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Ouchies week.
And we had Engineer. This was, which one's it going to be?
I'm going with. Oh my gosh. Chiefs got to redeem himself after that disappointment that they did last week. So I got to go with the Chiefs, and I hope the tight end Taylor Swift guy will do better.
Wow.
Or Kelsey.
Yeah. Okay. So as
Kel-
soon
Lord
as
have
you
mercy.
mean
Big
Kelsey Swift? Kelsey Swift?
Exactly.
Kelsey Swift. All right.
And you
According,
know, both of them lost last week. With Philadelphia and KC losing last week, they both lost.
Oh. Wow.
so according to
Just a fact.
That's what
That's a fact.
that's why the Niners are now the best team in all of football.
according to my sources, Taylor Swift and Kelsey are playing house right now.
I'll bet they are.
I bet they are. Yeah.
All right.
Like
Appreciate
a lot
that.
of jealous people out there.
I wonder
Oh,
which
I'm
one's
sorry.
going to be sponsored by Durex.
They're probably playing hide and seek.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
which
my.
one's been sponsored by Durex?
Oh, I did miss that. That was very good. All right.
And-
Well, in
and my
recap,
source-
Sans Grit. Oh, Speedy. Yes.
Speedy
And my
D.
sources tell me that she claimed, I don't know if the camera told me or not. I'm not paying attention. Give me a break.
Probably doesn't. I mean, the cameras always are on her. I mean, they don't notice. That time that just on a tangent, of course, that we always go on. That time that Britney Spears walked into a Rite Aid in the middle of the night to shop, and there was at least a dozen paparazzi around her. She literally was acting like they weren't even standing there, and they were almost in her face. And so I think it might be true. I mean, if she says she's oblivious to them, that I believe it. That because they had it for so long.
So now we can confirm he's a Swifty too. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't say Swifty. I said Britney Spears.
Yeah.
When Britney Spears walked into the store. Swifty, no. No.
Thrifty don't walk.
Brr,
He
brr.
floats.
That means that he's a spearhead.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, hey, there it is. So in recap, no one for the Bills, for the Chiefs, Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Color
Hello.
Maven, NorCal Girl. Oh,
Hi.
now Gridiron Girl.
Wow, Gridiron
I've only
Girl
been begging you on
wakes
air.
up.
I'm sorry I had to go out and take my doggies out.
I figured as much. I said you were busy. So what's it going to
I'll
be?
be
Bills or
taking the
Chiefs?
Bills.
You're taking the Bills?
Yes.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
my love for Mahomes is not there.
Oh yes.
So
It's
hello.
your love for Mahomes is epic. We all remember.
Okay. So
All right. So we're going to go ahead and recap gig for the Bills and everyone else for the Chiefs. So that one was easy. Okay. So it looks like we're going to get to the next game. Almighty. Oh, Gridiron Girl, next week, you have to do the Charger game because that's your team.
next week, yes, sure,
Is that cool?
sure.
Don't give me that answer. That's the one I've been using for 36 years, woman. Yeah, I know.
Where do you think she got it from?
Well, not for me. But anyway, it's all good. All right. So next game, Almighty, you're up, buddy.
We have the 6-6 Denver Broncos going to Los Angeles to play the Chargers, who are a disappointing 5-7. This is a
Oy vey.
4:25 p.m. Eastern time on CBS. So the Broncos are 27th on offense, while the Chargers are 16th. On defense, this is going to be a close battle because the Broncos are 30th and the Chargers are 28th. So we'll see what happens here. But here we go. In passing, the Chargers are 12th and the Broncos are 28th. In rushing, though, the Broncos are 14th and the Chargers are 25th. So it might kind of balance out here. Last time these two teams met was last year, January 8th at 2023, where the Denver Broncos edged out the Chargers 31-28.
All right. Big Dog has the Chargers at -2.5. Do we have a win probability?
We do indeed. We do indeed. The electric guys are sitting at 56.2.
All right. Jay, do we have the weather report?
It's a dome. It's not a dome. It might be a dome.
Oh, he said, take care, guys. He was leaving. All right.
No.
I didn't realize just a minute before he just said that.
Well,
He
then
gave us his picks.
It's in a dome.
Yes, that's why I went over to him. He's going to go with Denver on this one. That's funny. All right.
Oh,
Fair
my.
enough. Okay, so the weather report, it's in a dome. Do we have the injury report?
We do. We have one out for Denver, which is Haggai Debussy. The defensive lineman is out with his finger. For the electric guys, we have two out. We have Zach Bailey, tackle, is out with his back. And Dean Leonard, the defensive back, is out with his ankle.
Wow.
That is all.
Okay, thank you for that. Almighty, what's it going to be? Broncos or Chargers?
I will be taking the Denver Broncos.
Oh, you're going with engineer, huh? Good for you. All right. Anime girl. We lost Speedy again.
Yeah. I'm tempted to go with the electric guys.
Sybil, you have the Chargers.
Yeah, I know. It's a Hail Mary, let's put it that way. But I'll stick with them for now.
I forgive you. It's okay.
We're
Gridiron
trying to
girl.
play strategically.
Aw. Oh, that's right. You're trying to gain ground. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's the only reason I did that.
Okay. Gridiron girl?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll be taking the Chargers, of course.
Wow, what a shock. Okay, fair
I
enough.
know, huh?
I know, huh? Okay, Ice Queen did step away for a moment. Maybe she'll give us a pick. If not, she's busy.
What?
Broncos, Chargers. You're so funny.
Charger.
That's funny.
Listen, some of us are working.
I know you are. Yes, it was just funny. I figured you were busy, and then I called you, and you just showed up halfway on the screen. It was funny. Hey, Speedy, he's back. So let me see. Big Dog, what's it gonna be?
I'll be nice and I'll go with Gig and I'll take the Chargers over the Gilded Pony.
Oh, please, don't be nice.
I was about to say.
Well, I know you like it
you're-
rough. I know you like it rough, but you know.
Wow.
Anyways.
So much
Wow.
Wow.
So much for what?
I know Tanya's talking up a game back there.
I don't repeat myself. So
Oh,
you hear it the first time.
I.
Tanya said Chargers.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. All right, fair enough.
I
Speedy.
was listening.
Yes.
See here. I think I'm also going to go with the Chargers.
No, that screwed it up.
Oh, please.
All right. Well, Scorekeeper's going to go with the Chargers, and we have Almighty choosing this game. So that's it. We're done on that one. Engineer did choose the Broncos. He gave us the picks right before, and I filled them in. So in recap, Dreem, Philly Special, Color Maven, Engineer, Almighty, Chargers, Coffee, NorCal Girl, Anime Girl, Gridiron Girl, Scorekeeper, Ice Queen, Big Dog, and Speedy. So in the Monday night game, the matchup, Anime
No.
Girl.
No, the Sunday night game.
Sunday night game.
Make your mind up, son.
He's like, no, it's not a Sunday night game.
In the Sunday night game.
It's a make
The
your mind
game
up
of the
game,
week.
isn't it? Are you ready, sir?
No, but go ahead.
No, go on. Right, we have the Philly Specials, Philadelphia Eagles, taking on the Blue Star Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles are 10-2. The Cowboys are 9-3. The comparables on offense: the Cowboys are 5th. The Eagles are 10th. You're kidding me. On defense, the Cowboys are 3rd. The Eagles are 21st. Who the hell makes up this shit? On passing, the Cowboys are 3rd. The Eagles are 13th. Got to be blind. And fun rushing, the Cowboys are 12th, while the Eagles are 9th. On the last outing, which is November 5th this year, the Eagles decided to fly 28 to the Cowboys 23.
Oh, all right. Well, on this one, the Big Dog did provide us the information that the Cowboys are -3.5. What is the win probability?
The win probability, according to this, is the Blue Star Boys at 62.2%.
Wow. Okay. All right. And Almighty.
It's in the
South-
dome.
There it is. It's in the dome, baby. Okay. Do we have an injury report?
We do. We have nobody out for the Dodos, but for the Blue Star Boys, we have one out. Billy Price, the center, with the mysterious undisclosed.
Okay. Fair enough. So, Anime Girl, this is your game. This is your team. What's it going to be?
Well, I've been tossing the coin up and I've been thinking hard on this and I still have not come up with a sensible answer. So I'm going to let my heart rule my head. I'm going for the Blue Star Boys.
Okay. Appreciate that. Sybil, what's it going to be? You are with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm staying with them. I don't think the Eagles still have enough oomph. They've been slacking. Let's put it that way.
True story.
10-2 Eagles are slacking. Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah,
Girl.
did you see the last game?
The last game. What have you done for me
Yeah.
lately? The last game was bad. Yes. All right.
That's what made me wonder, you see, because they just might come out swinging. That's why I said
Yeah, I
don't
know.
have more than my head.
All right.
I know.
They're the only 10-2 team, and I know it as Tony's listening to us when everyone else kept saying, well, this is the best team, this is the best team, this is the best. I'm like, wow, okay. We'll see how Tony
Yeah,
will
he's
answer
sitting
that
there
one.
laughing at us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
he's
the only
laughing at
10-2 team. So, but that's okay. Gridiron Girl, what's it going to be?
I'll be taking the Cowboys.
Ooh. Okay.
I
Ice Queen.
bet Ice Queen goes for the Eagles.
There is no love for the Cowboys
Hell
from Ice Queen.
Freaking no.
I thought so.
Yep, told you. Told you.
You gotta be out of your god-forsaken mind.
Anime Girl?
No way in hell would I go for the Eagles. I'd rather root. Yeah, no, I wouldn't root for them either. Never mind. I was gonna say I'd rather root for the Yankees, but that's not happening.
I consider myself chastised there. Disney
Yeah,
Queen.
no, she's
Thank
going for
you.
the Cowboys. She's definitely going for the Cowboys. All right, Big Dog, what's your choice on this one? Because it's tough for the Big Dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Eagles only in the fact that I believe that they're going to come out swinging because they want to try and redeem themselves from the embarrassing loss at home last week, excuse me. So, it's going to be a close game, though. I think it'll be a really close game. But I think they're going to pull it out.
Yeah, I think it's going to
This
be
is what I hope.
It's going to be a squeaker, this game. It's going to be a squeaker. Everybody's going to be squeaking at one side or the other. They ain't winning. So.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Aren't the Cowboys playing at home?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and
And when has the Cowboys lost to the Eagles when they've played at home in the last how many games?
I think they're on a pretty good run, aren't they? 13
Yeah,
or something. Is it 12 or 13 games at home?
Exactly.
So it's time for the streak to end.
No.
Let's not.
Okay. Anyway.
Let's not. All right. Speedy, speaking of squeakers, come on, Speedy.
Where's Speedy?
Yeah,
I'm going to go with the Eagles on this.
You know what?
Shit.
You want to reconsider that, Ice Queen?
Nope.
The sympathy that you threw at Speedy right now?
There's no sympathy now.
And in answer to the question that was posed, the Eagles beat the Cowboys in 2017 in Texas.
Okay.
And there it is.
But didn't the Eagles beat
And I guess nobody has a comment.
Cowboys? Didn't the Eagles beat
What's that?
the
Internet
Cowboys
problems,
last
I think.
night? I'm sure they did.
Yeah, Speedy, you're having
Yeah, they
internet issues again. But you're still with us, Speedy, so it's okay. Almighty, I don't want to go over you.
Well, the Cowboys have won 14 in a row at home. And in the last 4 games at home, they've scored more than 41 points.
Wow.
So the Cowboys will continue that and probably crush the Eagles 41-17.
Oh.
All right.
All right, guys.
To your mouth, to your ear.
Hold on. Tanya, I'm sorry. What was that? You're leaving us, right?
Yes, I actually have to mail out these orders. So
Tanya, thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye, Tanya.
I'm sorry we
Yeah,
didn't have a
you
chance to
got
go
yourself
over your
out.
materials, but I look forward
safe.
to again.
hope you guys have a great weekend.
You too.
You too. Be safe.
Too.
All right.
safe.
Thanks,
Bye.
Tanya. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, Almighty called it 41-17. I believe that's the last one. So we have everyone in. Eagles, Coffee, Philly Special, Dreem, Engineer, Big Dog, Speedy for the Cowboys, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Anime Girl, Gridiron Girl, Ice Queen, Scorekeeper, Almighty, 41-17. Okay, we are now taking a rarity. We have 2 Monday night games at the exact same time. So, Speedy, are you ready for this one? Packers, Giants. Are you able to do that one?
Let me try. Try being the key word, okay? So
I believe you.
But the real question, going back to that other game, is what Almighty brought up earlier. I believe that so-called Philadelphia security guard is not going to be there, right? After what he did last week.
Apparently, he's been.
He
bad.
will not be allowed on the sideline, but he can patrol in other places, but not on the sideline for this, at least for this game, for his, because he got in the face of that linebacker, and yeah. He tried to break up a fight he had no business trying to break up.
Yeah, isn't they were saying, all the NFL shows this week that I listened to and watched were saying that he's not actually a security guard. He's just supposed to protect the coach, which he's not even doing. He's out there getting in Dreem's face, and they called it a fight. I'm like, well, they just pointed at each other. They didn't really have a fight.
Yeah.
I think the referee blew that out of proportion.
Wasn't that also the play where they got unnecessary roughness on the quarterback when the quarterback was in bounds?
I think so.
And that's because he was a runner and they threw the flag. Wasn't that the game, Speedy? And that what caused it? I'm not quite sure.
I'm not either.
All right. Well, fair
Anyway,
enough.
one of the games that he was a runner, the quarterback was a runner, and he was inbounds, and they threw the flag for unnecessary roughness when he was past the line of scrimmage.
Okay. Appreciate that. All right, Speedy, you ready for the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants?
Almost.
Oh, that why you were stalling? Okay.
Yes,
I don't know what
but
almost means.
I think it's going now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I'm
like I said
glad
earlier.
that you are going, Speedy.
You better
Like
be
I said,
going.
I think I need to ask Santa for a new computer. I mean, I am still on Windows 8.1. Yeah,
Okay.
No, it beats the hell out of Windows Vista.
I guess I need to switch to Windows 10.
That might be Vista Point One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kidding.
So yeah, we got.
You couldn't get the update for point 2?
How old is your computer, Speedy? You know what? It's at the rate that you're going, it's gonna take 3 years. It's okay.
Well, I've had it since 2007, and like I said, I'm still using 8.1.
Jesus.
2007.
Yeah, because
Yeah, no.
I did the trial run last year for Windows 10,
Oh,
and
you know what?
I didn't like
I gotta
it.
go. I'll be back. Big Dog, take over.
Windows 10. Christ, this one I'm on is Windows 11.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I guess I need to get with the times and get Windows 11, whatever.
Yeah, guess you do. Guess you do.
But anyways, we have the Green Bay Packers 6-6 taking on the 4-8 Giants, New York Giants, that is, at MetLife Stadium. On offense, the Packers are 17th, the Giants are 32nd. On defense, the Packers are 18th, the Giants are 26th. In passing, the Packers are 18th, the Giants are 32nd. And in rushing, the Packers are 22nd, the Giants are 20th. The last time these two teams played was October 9, 2022, where the Giants beat the Packers 27-22, probably in a preseason game.
No,
No.
No? Okay, well,
but thanks for playing, Speedy.
I tried.
Yeah, if it's in August, it's a preseason game.
No, it says October 9th.
That's what he's saying.
For the love of God.
You said September. I said October. It says
I
October.
said August, but that's okay.
Yeah, he
I
said
said
August.
if it's in August. Oh God! You see, I actually envisioned this engagement. I had a sharp pain in my stomach, and look, now God was saying it's coming, dude. Sure enough. Thank you, Speedy.
You're welcome.
Okay, the Packers are 6.5. Is there a win probability?
Yes, it looks like the old cheesy heads are 72.7%.
72.7%. Wow.
Correct, Edmundo.
So in the Middlelands, is there a weather
Well,
report?
it's going to be stormy on Sunday, but then on Monday it will be clear at 38 degrees with only a 2% chance of rain.
Oh, even if it's there, yeah, they're going to see it through. Hope the field is going to be okay.
It still may
Injury
be
report.
soggy. Yeah, the pitch
Yeah.
may still be soggy.
Yeah. Anime girl?
There ain't nobody for Packers, ain't nobody for the Giants.
Wow. Okay. So, Speedy, who are you going for? Ruin it for everyone. Come on, pal. Packers Giants. This is Big Dog's team. We should have given it to the Big Dog. Sorry.
Yeah, but too late now. I'm going to go with the Packers.
Too late now. Story of this game. You're going with the Packers. All right. Speedy. Cameo. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to go with the Giants. Scorekeeper is going to go with the Packers. So, Almighty, what's it going to be?
Well, last week we saw that the Packers can play some ball, and Jordan Love's been on a roll. And we know that the Eagles have the tush push, and when the Packers did it to the Kansas City Chiefs last week, Herb Street came up with the love shove. So I am going to go with the
Oh
Packers.
God.
Wow. Okay.
The
So,
love
anime-
shove.
Yep.
Yeah, the love
The
show.
love shove.
Wow.
Isn't that when? Oh, never mind. I'll be nice.
What? What?
Oh,
What? All of a
boy.
sudden, you're gonna be
Hmm.
nice? See
Really?
it through, big
Well,
dog.
okay, the love shove. I was going to ask, is that when your hand disappears?
Oh my!
Oh God.
Almighty,
What?
he asked you a question.
Fine, we'll go with yes.
Okay. Let it be known, big dog. The
Well,
answer
the
is yes.
Packers have won 3 in a row.
Okay. Wow. Awesome. They're now 6-6. Anime girl.
Yeah. Like I gotta worry about this. Even though I hate them, give me the cheeseheads.
Yeah. All right. Arc 54.
God, are you calling them all out? Jeez. I'm sticking with Green Day.
There's still one or two more names that you have.
Oh, actually, there's more than that, but okay.
Yeah, but we got to keep them G-rated.
It's
So
gonna be-
anyway,
Gonna be clean ones.
yeah, I think we lost. Oh no, there she is. She's out of. You are out of order, Gridiron Girl. I am so sorry. I didn't realize you moved.
Yeah. Packers, please.
What is going on with skincare over there? Am I missing something?
Skincare?
Yeah, nobody else heard that ad?
Yeah, it's probably Gridiron Girl. She's probably watching infomercials or she's watching QVC or something.
Oh, I get it. I didn't
How
hear
do
that.
I
Okay,
watch
very good.
QVC?
Oh, you are.
Because we can hear it. We can hear it in the background.
Well, Gridiron Girl, let it be known that Speedy is listening to you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Because
Speedy.
everyone else went silent.
Yeah, they did.
Skincare? Really?
All right. Well, whatever. Hey, it is what it is. Engineer gave us his pick of the Giants. Do we have everyone else's pick then? I believe we do.
No,
I'm sorry, Big Dog. I did. I'm sorry.
no, you haven't.
Oh, you know what? Because I just I asked for Liz, then I messed up one for Gridiron Girl. Big Dog.
Yes. I'll take the Packers.
That is your team.
That's my second team.
Oh, yeah. The Raiders. Okay.
Second team.
It's true. It is.
Raiders.
Oh,
He is
you
the
could have
Raider.
a second team?
I don't know.
Mhm.
You based on you, it's depending on the year.
No, it's not the year. Get it right.
Well, why don't
Depends
you
on the
educate me?
color.
Well, she became lost once Drive-In Forehead retired.
Yes, of course.
So
She's
she was she was a lost soul. So she
No, I
found
was
her
not. No, I was
her
not.
lightning bolts.
She was a Colt. She is a Bronco, and now she is a Charger. And she was yet
No.
another team before.
Let's
What was
get
it?
it right.
Cowboys?
I was
Oh,
born
let's
a
get it
Ram.
right. Oh, please, woman, splay it out there.
I was born a Ram. And then I went to out of wedlock the Cowboys. And then I went after unwedlock, I went to the Colts.
I had
And
all of
then
that correct except for the Rams.
yeah.
Okay. I'm
And
sorry.
then I went. And you know the rest. So there you go.
I can't believe you were a fan of the cow turds.
Hey. Just because you got lousy bloody teams, don't pick on mine.
Oh no, they're good. They're good. They're just
Damn.
they're,
Hey,
they're just in a drought.
I have a team that's 17-time world champion, so I can't, I think I follow a pretty good one.
Oh, that's basketball, honey.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Fake ball. Ain't going there.
Okay. Well, I believe I have
Okay, let's
everyone
move
for this
on.
game then.
We're gonna
Yes.
fight.
For the Packers. Oh, was that a fight? Oh.
I said
Nah.
let's move on.
I
I
mean,
don't
you and
want
I
to
were at it
fight.
every day. Gridiron Girl. For
Nothing
the
but a
Packers.
sweat.
Philly Special, Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Speedy, Scorekeeper, Almighty, Anime Girl, Gridiron Girl, and Big Dog. And for the Gigantes, Coffee and Engineer. And we are now nearing the very end. We've done very well. Liz, you are up. Take us away on the final game for week 14. Hello.
Okay, we have, are you ready for this?
Go
The
ahead, Ho.
Titans versus the Dolphins. The Titans are 4-8, and the Dolphins are wonderful at 9-3. Thank God. All right, we
You're
have
welcome.
in offense. Haha. In offense, the Titans are 28th versus guess what? The Dolphins are first.
Wow.
Whereas in defense, it's 17th for the Titans. Titans, my teeth are doing weird things. And it's 6th for the Dolphins. In passing, it's 29th for the Titans versus another number 1 for the Dolphins. And in rushing, it is 18th for the Titans. And, oh God, we fell a little bit. 2nd for the Dolphins.
Wow.
And the last time these guys played, do I actually have to say this score? It's unbelievable. The Tennessee Titans were 34 over the Dolphins at 3 at January 2nd of 2022.
And
Wow.
I do want to add one last thing on the comparables. That is the lowest that we've ever seen for the Dolphins. They only add up to 10.
Yeah.
I would. That is the lowest that I think we've ever had for
Yeah,
any team.
that's the lowest we've ever had. Yes.
Yeah, just on that alone, it's like, wow. So Big Dog has given us the information that, in addition to that, they are favored. They're minus 13. What is the win probability for this one? I'm curious. It's got to be in the high 80s, if not even in the 90s.
Well, it looks like the little fishy girls are going to win it 86.5%.
Wow, that's crazy. So I expect it to be in the 90s. So is there a weather report?
Partly cloudy, 68 degrees,
Wow,
with a 5% chance of rain.
that's Miami, though. Okay, do we have an injury report? Like it matters.
Like it matters. You got one out for the Titans, which is Jeffrey Simmons, defensive tackle, is out with his knee. And all little fishies are playing, or
Wow.
at least up for it.
Excellent. So, Liz, Arc 54.
Yep.
Are you sticking with the Dolphins?
Oh, I'm going to Atlantis all the way with the mermaids.
Ooh, all right. So, Big Dog, what are you going to go for?
Yeah. I will take the Dolphins. It's going to be a blowout.
Speedy?
I'm
You're
gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Titan.
I knew it. I knew it. I was about to say that. You're going with the Titans. Well, we all have our reasons. Gridiron Girl.
Dolphins.
Oops, sorry. It appeared at the Big Dog. Should have been a comma. So I am going to go with the Dolphins. The numbers are just too deliciously heavy for the Dolphins. Almighty.
I will be taking the Dolphins as well.
Anime Girl.
Well, as if you got to ask. Got to ask. You know.
Okay. You're taking the Dolphins, correct? I have to ask.
You got to ask. Yeah, I'm taking fish people.
Okay. So it looks like that's going to be it. Engineer went with the Dolphins, and that's going to be it, folks. Recap. Speedy's taking the Titans, the mighty, mighty Titans. And the Dolphins are Coffee, Philly Special, Dream, Color Maven, NorCal Girl, Engineer, me, Big Dog, Gridiron Girl, Almighty, Anime Girl. And that is it. So I will be uploading this within the next 10 minutes. I need to step away for a few moments, but it is done. And I'm going to be, like I said, transferring all the information over. So
real quick before you leave, I need to go. I am having back spasms big time. That's why I keep going off camera.
Okay.
And my back is killing me, guys. So I unfortunately going to have to do it. I stuck it out so we could do the NFL, and that's it for me.
You
Thank you,
take
Big
care,
Dog.
Big
So,
Dog.
I'm sorry
all right,
that you
man.
have to deal with that. Take good
No
drugs.
problem.
Sleep fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
stay
later,
safe,
guys.
Stop the
man. Stay
massage.
safe.
Feel
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Later, big dog.
Bye.
Later.
Adios.
Okay. I just need to step away for a few moments. So, Almighty, you have the con. I'll be back
Okay.
in a little bit, and I have to go. I'll 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm gonna get I actually need a hit on the refill, so I'll be back, guys. I'm
All right.
actually looking. You know what? For those of you that are able, is there any way that we could come up with an intermission, like a 3 to 4 minute break, whether it be a bunch of pictures,
I
music,
can
something?
make one if you want.
I would like a 4 minute intermission so that we can all take a break because we've gone 4 or 5 hours. And if we can do something like right now would be great for a break.
Yeah.
It's
Roger.
fair for everyone. So I don't make
Roger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why, if you're going to have that 4 or 5 minute break, couldn't we use the theme tune over the pictures as well?
It only we could, but it only runs a minute.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're right. Yes, but we could have it play over and over and over.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah,
over.
that's what have it loop.
Have
Play
it
the
Um,
loop.
song over.
I'll make
I'm
something
gonna
up.
I'm
but
gonna ask
you'll be-
Jag as well as Almighty. So folks, actually forgive me. I'll be back in a few moments. And if you guys want to take a break, we can all officially take a break. And we'll
Yeah.
just,
We'll keep going for now. Go on.
okay, I'll be back.
Go get the coffee. I
Okay.
Shouldn't have said that way, should I? Go get the coffee.
So, Speedy, do you want to give us a real quick news on a wrestling story that you've been chomping at the bit to tell us?
Yeah, it appears that Vince McMahon has now acquired some kind of deal with TNA to, I guess, share libraries or whatever, kind of like what they do with Peacock. And I'm like, well, he's done this, a few times around the block. Only this time it's not his call. It's Amari Everett from Endeavor, because everybody's been seeing the story. I don't know what that was. I don't think it was for me. Somebody's shelf fall over? Kind of like a bookshelf. But anyways. Yeah. What do you think about this? TNA in cahoots with Endeavor and WWE. Same company.
Well, not being a wrestling fan, is it really going to make all that much difference if they're in cahoots?
Yes and no, because WWE has AJ Styles. He was one of the patriarchs for TNA Impact, which I'm still trying to put on my new Roku TV over here, so I can watch that too, like my friends do. Because over the years, TNA had the big crowds and the big arenas, only because Dixie Carter didn't listen to anybody, including Jim Cornette, who told her, "Are you crazy? We don't have money for this. We don't have enough cameras for this." So, and now they've been forced to smaller arenas, which only holds like 500-600 people, because they had to downwind their size on marketing and money and kind of go bankrupt there for a while. And then Billy Corgan came in and was like, "I now own this company, and she's out. I'm in. You'll follow all my rules now, which are better and more efficient." But I do miss the six-sided ring. They had to confiscate half their budget and buy a traditional ring, which nobody really is a fan of either, because how many times on AEW have we heard, them say, "Oh, look, a tope suicida through the top over the middle rope, out to the floor." It's like, well, we've seen this before. And Also
you
tonight,
you also get wrestlers wrapped up in those bloody 3 ropes, don't they? They get tangled up in the damn things. And...
if you do it right, it takes years of practice to do that. But also,
I can do it pretty easy.
we would love, Anime Girl, for you to fly through the middle rope and hit somebody else. Let me know how that worked out for you.
Now, knowing me, I'd probably hit the bloody center rope and end up tied up like some bloody fly in a spider's web. I'm good at that. I'm cool.
No. What we need to do, Speedy, is put her in a cage match with Big Dog or something.
Thank you, Mrs. Cooper. Remember, we'll remind you to take you off my Christmas card list as well.
I'm just thinking you probably can beat him.
Well, if I kick shit out of his back, yeah, because he's got pain. Yeah, I'll get in there. I'm a nasty little bugger. Yeah, I'm like that. Cruel.
And not only that, if you've been watching NXT on Tuesday night, tonight is NXT Deadline on the Peacock. I know Almighty loves saying it the other way, but you know.
Right.
So yeah, that's tonight. I believe that's also 5 o'clock our time. I'm not sure.
Okay. It is 12:06. We are entering our third hour.
Yeah.
Talk with the guys. Monday morning quarterbacks. Scorekeeper's taking the break. I'm Almighty, Anime Girl, Gig, and the awesome Speedy or Matt. And then we have Liz, who is last but not least. Gridiron Girl, I know that you're muted, but do you have any news you want to get to? Or are you gone away again? If not,
she's playing with her dogs.
We'll go to Liz. Liz, you have anything for us?
Actually, yeah, I did, but it's not really breaking news. This is something that's been ongoing for a while, and it's a fairly long article that I wanted to read regarding how some of the sportswear and stuff is being re-voted on and re-looked at because of the upcoming Olympics. Anyways, this is an article that I pulled up yesterday, actually, and it says, as sportswear rivals jockey for position ahead of next year's Paris Olympics, Adidas is aiming to stamp its brand on smaller events such as breaking, climbing, skateboarding, and BMX. Because after the high-profile fallout with Yee, and we all know who that belongs to, it ended its highly profitable Yeezy shoe line. Adidas' CEO, Bjorn Golden, I believe is how you pronounce his name, is seeking to reboot the whole image. The Olympics are a key arena for a lot of global sportswear giants to spend millions of dollars sponsoring athletes, sports foundations, national teams, and event online marketing. So apparently there's a shift back to the sports rather than focusing on the celebrities as a key part of the game plan. And who says of Gideon, who took over from Adidas in the start of 2023. It's saying that they want to turn around their fortunes, and it's a tactic that will face its biggest international test at the Paris Olympics in 2024. For whatever reason, the old strategy was here focused more deeply on fewer sports and higher profile. He says, I want the opposite. I want Adidas again to be in the smaller sports and to be much more visible. Focusing on only 4 or 5 sports, first of all, is too easy, and he says it's simply too honest. He added that the interview at Adidas headquarters in, I could never pronounce this in my life, but it's in Germany, let's put it that way. A successful Olympics is a must if Adidas is to win back its market sharing as it has lost to rivals over the past 4 years and the record investors who are pinning on their hopes. Shares in Adidas is the second largest sportswear group in the global market share, are up more than 50% so far this year, outpacing Nike, and Puma after 2 consecutive years of losses. It just goes on to saying that, in June, for example, Adidas signed China's Liu. Wig- don't ask me. Wiggly. Is that how you pronounce it? Wiggly.
Would you share the article?
Qingui.
Would you share the hyperlink for the article with everyone?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, it just goes on basically to talk about turning around the whole thing, and they want to focus more on the smaller events to bring in basically a lot of newer aged people.
I can see that, since now that all these smaller sports are now getting time through through different streaming services that NBC owns. So that would make sense, because now people can watch the smaller events all over the place now, and I guess that's their plan, just to get word out for more people. And you said trying to get a younger audience too, Liz?
Correct. They want a younger audience for the new things that they're trying out for the Olympics.
Okay.
Like skateboarding and a couple of other different things that they had mentioned.
Okay. Wow.
I mean, it's a super long article. I'll send it over.
Okay. Well, that I don't know what to say. I mean, anybody else have a comment on all day I dream about sex's plan?
Well,
No.
it's actually a good thing that they finally moved on from that brand of that individual that was mentioned. This is gonna be a tirade right now, but ever since I heard someone refer to that individual as a musical genius, like no, that tuned me out right away. And I've actually heard some of his music. Like, hey, it appeals to a particular crowd. Good for them, not me. I am really happy that he is no longer involved in that because of his comments and his point of views and stance. Um, they, sh- I'm glad he's out of it. Now, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon. So go ahead, make your music, and go and appeal to your fan base. You blew it, dude. You should have just done what you were gonna do and just keep your mouth shut. Oh, but he's a musical genius, so I guess that means he can't shut up. It was a rant. I'm happy. I'm happy they're no
Yeah,
longer involved with this brand.
Yeah, I mean, it was sports related, but not sports related as well, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. So, I just thought it was a offshoot of something that should be shared.
And speaking of the Olympics, the Russian athletes can participate as a neutral.
Correct.
And that seems to be every Olympics for the Russians.
Good.
Anything else?
Opinions whether they should even be allowed in or not right now.
What's that again, Liz?
I said I have personal opinions as to whether they should even be allowed in right now, but
well, granted, but I don't know. Like I said, they're allowed. I know there's a lot of opinions on that. And do you want to share one?
Of course she does. She
no. Yeah, you pretty much heard my opinion. Other than that, I'll be polite.
Oh my! Since when? Anybody have?
I didn't say anything, Liz.
Yeah, see if I'll talk to you all night long again.
Right. Does anybody else have an opinion on the Russians going to the Olympics as neutral?
I don't think they should be there.
Okay. Fair enough. Anybody else? What about you, Anime Girl? You're close to the Russians.
Whoa, she's close to the Germans.
Ooh.
Wow. She's across the pond. She's closer to them. Well, I guess we're closer with Alaska. Never mind.
Yeah.
But anyway, anybody else? You have an opinion, Anime Girl, or no?
No, I'm looking around. I can't seem to find anything spectacular on the sports front, except British MPs are now urging the Football Association, that's the soccer body over here, to ban all transgender players from the women's game. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
And okay, is that? How do you feel about that, Anime Girl? Is that good or bad for the sport?
I've always said that women should play women, men should play men, and transgenders should play other transgenders. I mean, let's be honest. You know, you've got a 6 foot transgender person coming up against a 5'5" woman. You know straight away who's going to win.
Right. Real quick, I mean, I know that we always talk about transgender men playing a women's sport, but is there any news that anybody read anything about a woman trying to play a transgender woman trying to play a male sport? Because I don't think we ever talk. I don't think you've ever read anything about that happening.
You do get transgender men attempting to play sports. There was one the other day that was talked about. They basically get told to take their chances. But you see, it's the other way around. That let's be honest. I mean, if you've got somebody who doesn't transition in their teens, they've gone through puberty, they've got the muscle density, the stamina. That's going to hurt when you take somebody of a smaller stature out. So I fully understand where people are coming from when they batten down on this thing. I'm not going to stand up and try and defend the indefensible. Okay. Because in my eyes, it's indefensible.
Okay, fair. Good opinion there. Anybody else have an opinion on these transgender athletes being banned?
Guess not.
I guess they agree with you, Anime Girl.
Yep, I think Roger's gone to sleep by the looks of things.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Thank you. I am tired. I admit. I apologize. I'm listening. I've given my opinion in the past. I agree with you, Anime Girl, that it should just be very simple. It's male, female, and trans. If they want to have another league, well, great. Awesome.
Go ahead. That's the way I look at it. Yeah.
But it is unfair, and it's just the way it is. Yes. We have talked about it over the years. Now, I did want to say one thing, that I do recall the Caster Semenya situation, and we were sadly very guilty here on this program years ago when Caster Semenya from South Africa was here. And there was a lot of pejorative language directed at Caster Semenya, both ignorance from this program and from several co-hosts that are no longer with us. I'm not saying that was the reason why they left. No, but there were some comments from selected individuals that it's not even an issue of them being appropriate or not. They were ignorant. And I believe that's what was going on in the blogosphere at that time. I read something about Caster Semenya within the last 2-3 months, and I read that name and I was like, man, geez, I remember that. I felt bad. Felt bad because of some words and phrases that were used on this program. And it is. I'm not going to go and whitewash history because I don't whitewash history. But along those lines, wanting to answer someone who's close to me, I know what my history is. I don't have to have any monuments for it, though. That's all.
So, Roger, I wanted to ask you, going back earlier to the trade between the Yankees and the Padres. Is that right?
Yes.
Or did the Padres get anything good in return?
Well, yeah, actually they did. They got King, the pitcher, and they got a reliever, which I was royally unhappy that they got rid of. And then they got 3 other kids that one of them is very high up. I think the number 9th overall pick for the Yankees. Look, the potential is there for them to have ripped the Yankees off. They definitely got a starting pitcher that we were very highly on. But knowing Cashman actually may have ripped off the Padres because the Yankees got 2 players, Soto and the other outfielder that I was stunned that they picked him up. I'm going to go find the detail right now. I was surprised the Yankees picked up that second outfielder too.
Okay. Wow.
In the short term, the Yankees probably are going to go ahead, and this is their right fielder for the next 10, 12 years, I suppose, if not more.
All right. So
That's the way I do see it.
So will the Yankees make
I was
it?
waiting
to
for the crash.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like over here. Wow.
I know.
Jeez. Unless someone's speeding away from the coppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me.
Oh, we can see you.
Trent Grisham. He's a good player. He's a corner player. Now, I was going to say earlier, the Yankees do have a bit of a problem now. Mr. Soto will play right field. The guy that they got from Boston, the outfielder, he's going to play left field. And, well, who's going to be center field? A 282-pound, 6'7" outfielder by the name of Aaron Judge. With his injury history, I don't know how that's going to go. But if anyone can play center, it would be Aaron Judge. But, yeah, damn. Anyway, the pitchers that the Yankees gave up. Oh, and they also gave up the catcher, Kyle Higashioka. I was a little unhappy. He's a good defender. But overall, the Yankees are better off than the Padres after this deal.
Wow.
Long term, the Padres could have bagged an entire team. 7 players, man. That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
So that could be a complete rebuild, you say, for the Padres?
Yeah.
Wow.
And since they play interleague, there's a chance that you could have 7 players all at once playing against the Yankees. That'd be great. Well, maybe 6, because 2 of them are starters. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was a big blockbuster. Is that something that usually happens this early in the off season?
Yeah. Right now during the winter meetings, yeah, they happen. It was a rather quiet winter meetings, but
yeah, I haven't heard nothing really except for the trade that you mentioned.
Yeah. Well, the Yankees did acquire Alex Verdugo, and they gave up 3 pitchers as well to the Boston Red Sox. So,
wow.
So the team is good. They need pitching first and foremost. They need pitching, but the Yankees needed 2 lefty outfielders. They got them, so they're going to be better off.
Okay. Wow. Anybody else have any news while we're sitting here picking our nose?
No.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm reading about the Yankees Red Sox trade. That was all. As Roger was talking.
Yeah.
I'm over here reading that Giant Fan Fest will be on February 4th. Well, actually, that's for last year. Why did they give me this? I need 2024. Huh. But anyway, going back to what Almighty mentioned earlier, there was a reaction video that I saw on YouTube where the guy said, pretty soon the NFL and Roger Goodell have agreed to ban the tush push. I'm like, I don't think that's correct. It just started, so.
How are you going to ban the tush push? Or the left shove? How are you going to ban that? I mean, how stupid.
And is it fair to ban something just because one team is good at it? Or 2? I mean, it's like other teams should be able to adapt instead of banning it. There's nothing wrong with it. And usually on a quarterback sneak anyway, like Josh Allen being so tall, he usually can stretch across the line and get a first down. It's not like, and that's the NFL's fault anyway for allowing the rule that you can push a player across
Yeah.
anywhere. So to change it now, I just think that teams need to adapt. And I keep saying, well, the tush push is not defendable, but I'm sure teams will come up with a way to stop it. That's the way it goes. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think it's like too much like rugby, media people, like talking heads, and it's like, no, you just can't do it just because one team's good at it. That's my opinion. I don't know. I don't think they're going to touch it.
I mean, they did a lot when it comes to changing the rules and regs in rugby, but I mean, there is no real correlation when you look at rugby and American football. The two games are completely different, separate games.
Well,
Right,
they just think the tush push is too much like it. Just that play alone, because everybody's all huddled up like they would in rugby.
Well,
It might just be an exaggeration, Anime Girl, but that's what I heard.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose when you parts of the rugby game you could, but nah. I mean,
I know they're different, Anime Girl, but I don't. I mean, that's just talking heads whining. They thought it looked dumb and all that stuff. But
I mean,
it's legal.
Yeah, I mean, rugby they pass the ball backwards, and
right.
American football you can you can pass it forward, can't you?
Right. And I'm just. I mean, like I said, it's mostly talking heads and some announcers that think it doesn't look right, but you just can't ban it because because right now one team is good at it. That's how it starts.
It's just like anything. I mean, every football team has its own little special team that does its own little special move that they think is fantastic. I mean, to try and ban it, just as you say, just because one team managed to pull it off more than the others, I mean, that to me kind of stupid.
But to be clear, let's just bring it back, because this is only coming from one guy who's a YouTuber that said, "Oh, Roger Goodell and the NFL had talked about this already." I'm like, I didn't read anything about that. I don't think you guys did either. We would have read about it.
I don't think it's been. Unless it's been in private, but I don't think anybody's talked about it. I mean, we'll find out when the NFL has their meetings in the spring. But I just, if a lot of teams get good at things, and then just like, well, I guess back in the day when the Bengals came up with the fast offense, I can't remember what it's called, and then they put. Oh yeah, they remember because the Bengals would run players on the field, and that got the defense a chance to adjust. So they switched. They did adjust it a little bit, so the defense has a chance to change it. But to me, leave it alone and let it let other teams try to defend it. I mean, it's not it's not like the Philadelphia Eagles can do this tush push all the way down the field.
Right.
I've got an article here from the 17th of October this year.
Wow, that is the Monday morning quarterbacks on Saturday 2 months ago.
Yeah. And it's the NFL is looking to eliminate hip drop tackle, discussing tush push. League executive Jeff Miller said Tuesday the hip drop tackle increases the risk of injury by 25 times the rate of a standard tackle. Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith briefly left the game against the Giants in week 4 after getting hurt by a hip drop tackle. It is unforgiving behavior and one that we need to try and define and get out of the game, Miller said at league meetings. To quantify it for you, we see an injury more than less every week in the regular season on the hip drop. So as of October this year, they were discussing it quite vigorously.
And I think that announcer I think Al Michaels or someone said that they are really pushing to eliminate that, or he was in favor of it because it does cause injuries. And unfortunately, we can't show what that is because we always get in trouble when we try to inform people with videos of the event. But it's just like like you said, the injuries do increase with that anime girl. You are right, and they probably will take care of that in the off season, I believe.
Yeah.
The other thing they have to look at now is too, between Thursday's game, all of Sunday's game, and the Monday night game, the referees didn't know what was going on because starting with Thursday's game,
that's nothing new.
They called a play on a player who, and we talked about this before, who's on the sideline doing nothing. He's just sitting there, and they were like, holding, number 76. And the coaches were like, he's over there. What are you guys talking about? And they're like, whoop, that penalty is declined. Please reset the game clock. Sunday and Monday was crazy. That game kept getting tied and tied. I was like, we're all gonna be here all night, right, NorCal girl? I saw your message as the game was going on.
Oh God, yeah. It was driving me nuts.
It was a good game though, was it not?
It was very good.
It was a great game.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
Hell yeah, folks.
I mean, it's been very rare that we get a good game on national TV this year.
And
that might
be about that a little bit. Go ahead, Speedy.
Yeah,
that might be the best one we saw.
Huh.
That might be the only best game we saw on a Monday night. But like I said too, on Sunday with the Cowboys game, there had been a play where they dropped the pass and then the referees were like, "This is a penalty because it's not forward progress." And the announcers and the halftime guys were like, "Actually, that is forward progress." And they were like, "Dean Blandino, what do you see here?" He goes, "This is kind of forward progress, but ultimately," and Dean Blandino said it himself on Sunday, ultimately with the Cowboys game, that actually is forward progress. I don't know what these referees are doing. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then the Cowboys were like, "Hey, did you see that? He grabbed me. That's holding." And the referees were like, "No, we didn't see it." And their head coach was like, "What do you mean you didn't see it? Are you the referee or not?" "Yeah, I'm the side judge."
The ref pulled a Schulte. Yeah, the ref pulled a Schulte.
Yeah. Because clearly, you see it in video, he's going like this. And I'm like, "Dude, that's holding." And they're like, we can't call anything. It's like in wrestling. You can't call what you can't see. And that's basically what they did with the Cowboys. "Oh, we didn't see it. Oh, now we see it on the big screen, but we're not going to change it." Rolling on the field stands, it's a touchdown. And I'm sure Tony was pissed about that with the Eagles game too, because they missed another call on roughing the passer, and the referees were like, "No, there was no roughing the passer. That's forward progress." And again, they were like, "Dean Blandino, what is this?" He has to maintain control of the ball. Yes, he is flipping. The ball is rolling in the end zone somewhere. We just can't tell where from any of these angles. It's up to the referees to figure it out. I'm like, more blown calls by these referees.
Well, this has been going on for a lot of years now, and I know there's been a call for having referees year-round instead of part-timers, but I don't think the NFL wants to fix it. They don't want to spend the money or the time to do it, so we're stuck with what we have, and even so, then it's unfortunate. And there's been missed calls all year long, and it's also been it brings up the thing is are these games being in the fixed? The conspiracy theorists that think that, well, they missed that call because of gambling and all that stuff, and the NFL wants to stuff their pockets with the profits. And to Goodell's credit, 10 years ago he was against gambling, but now the owners have got into bed with the gamblers, and now we see all their commercials and everything else. And when you have bad calls, it brings up people that think it might be in the fix. And I think it was right when one of the talking heads said the NFL is not smart enough to do that. To fix games, they're not that smart. So
I like that. They're not smart enough.
So I don't know. But you're right about the officiating, and plus, if these calls get done in the playoffs, they're magnified because it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. It's just the NFL wants to live with it. They don't want to, they don't want to deal with it, and it's just like right now they're thinking that the referees don't call a lot of plays like holding or whatever because they're trying to protect the quarterbacks. Because how many quarterbacks are out right now with injuries and backups are playing, and they just think that the refs might be a little lax on some of the offensive stuff so that they can protect the quarterbacks. And that's probably why that one quarterback they had that, the guy that was not out of bounds. They threw the flag, and they're just trying to overreact to protect these quarterbacks that keep getting hurt. Anyway, enough of me talking. Anybody else have anything at all?
I'm actually
I wanted to.
Go ahead, Liz.
Oh, I just wanted to make one comment regarding the fact that today is December 9th, and I wanted to kind of give a birthday shout out to somebody that we lost a little bit ago. He was born in 1942. Let's see if anybody of you guys can guess this. In my opinion, he was probably one of the greatest Hall of Fame linebackers of all time, at least for college football. He had a little stint in acting, and I'm not going to say the other main part, but
Liz?
he was born in what?
You
Yeah,
sound like
exactly.
a pylon. It's like you're modulating, and it's just a connection.
I'm modulating?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like
You
a little
sound
bit
like a
echo going
Cylon.
on.
You do. By your command, but that's another program.
Yeah. maybe just fix your plug.
Okay, is it better now?
Fix your plug.
It's a little better.
It's a headset. There's no cords or anything.
Is it a Wi-Fi?
No, well, yeah, it's Wi-Fi. It could be my Wi-Fi, but
Launch all
I have a
Vipers.
boy's headset. Shut up.
Something's
Seriously, you still can't. Okay, you still can't hear me very well. That doesn't make sense.
Because your voice kind of crackles. Your voice kind of crackles, and it's hard to sometimes understand what you're saying.
The voice is hard.
The voice.
It's gotta be my internet then that's doing this, because you guys are crystal clear, and I've been crystal clear most of the day, at least in my opinion.
You were just fine up until a moment ago, but you became a Cylon. I mean, come on, woman.
Okay, fine.
Why don't you reset, disconnect, reset your browser, and come back on in, and we'll find out who you were talking about.
Okay, no problem. See you in a minute.
We'll see if she told the truth or not. She said a minute.
Wow, you're gonna get it for that one.
Yeah, you are really going to push your luck on that.
Empty threat, but that's okay.
So, any other? No, Big Dog's not here. We talked about basketball,
baseball. We did,
and baseball, and I think Did Anime Girl talk about some rugby standings, or was that you, Raj?
It was me.
All right. Well, she did give us a report on the pitch that no games were being played because of the pitch today. So that was interesting.
Hey, Gridiron Girl, come back to the land of the Monday morning quarterbacks.
Yeah, that is true.
Let's go, Warriors. Let's go. Come on.
Well, big Scorekeeper, real quick. Weren't they talking about changing the clock from 20 to 17 seconds?
Yes.
And how do you feel about
it?
Is that a good thing? To speed the game up like that?
I don't think so. based on what they've done, I just don't think that's going to happen. But let's see.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you want to do? Get these people in and out in an hour? I don't I don't
Well,
know.
there were quite a few games that were under 2 hours. I think maybe
Yeah, that seems to be pretty. That was pretty decent time though, Raj. I mean, what else are they trying to do? It's like,
look, all they have to do is limit the number of pitchers on the team. That's it. We don't need a clock. We don't need anything. How is it that Major League Baseball was doing just fine under 3 hour games, and the minute they exceeded these pitchers, they're adding more pitchers on the roster, the game's extended because it takes 2 minutes to bring a new pitcher in a game. You make five changes, that's 10 minutes. One team, automatically 10 minutes. Two
well, you're
teams
right.
do
They
it.
bring in a pitcher like, well, this pitcher is good at getting out right-handers that have nose hairs, and then they pitch it. They pitch the batter, and then they change again, saying, well, this pitcher is good against this, right, Raj? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's pathetic. And now they're looking at, I don't know if you were here when I commented about it, that the rules committee is looking at a possible rule that if the starting pitcher does not go 5 innings, the DH has to, or the pitcher has to bat. You lose the DH. So, yeah, I don't know if it's going to take effect, but I believe it's being done in the minor leagues right now. That if the starting pitcher does not go 5 innings, you lose the DH. That means the pitcher has to bat.
for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, what if they? Well, I guess there'd be exemptions for injuries, right, Raj? But I mean,
No.
Roger,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Because right now, I don't know if you know this, but the DH must get one at bat in the game. Well, under the old rules, I don't know if they're still in effect. Oh, I haven't even looked that up. And there's a quirk in there that if the DH does not get one at bat, I believe the rule is in effect right now. If the DH does not get one at bat and they're actually hurt, so on the bench they were too busy, high-fiving each other, and the DH gets hurt
Yeah.
and he's taken out of the game, I think the pitcher has to at bat at that point. The DH has to have one at bat. Isn't that funny?
I don't get it, but I guess. I mean, I don't know. Well, what do they think these changes are going to do, Roger? I don't
Speed up the
understand.
game because kids today don't have. They're not paying attention. If something goes beyond more than 15 seconds, they're not interested.
True, but having the pitcher bat is like, I don't know. It's like it's like you get penalized for not having your pitcher go 5 innings, Raj. I don't know. I mean, I mean, Roger. I shouldn't be
My
calling you.
thing is reduce the number of pitchers, and Major League Baseball is looking to cap the number at 12, which would be a big deal. I don't believe that you can do that in 1 year. You have to work your way. That in about 2 years, you have to be here. And in 4 years, you have to be here. And in 6, that's it. Because baseball has been moving this way for 20, almost 30 years. You will then hurt people because they're not accustomed to it.
Right. Well, okay. That
I
is
believe there should be 10 pitchers on a roster. That's it.
yeah.
And you
Why?
can, I'm sorry,
Why?
5
Why
starters,
only,
5 relievers.
why
That's
only,
it.
why only 10?
It was that way for 30, 40 years. Now, teams had the option of carrying another pitcher or two, but it's gotten out of hand. So you can keep the number of spots down. Simple. It's just a simple rule you legislate through the league saying the most you can carry is 10, and due to injury, whatever, for 6 weeks, you can carry 11. And for 3 weeks, you can carry up to 12. That's it. Simple. Done. You're back to 10. That's the way it was in the 70s, 80s, and got out of hand in the 90s.
I see. Okay.
Steroids affected the game. You see, it works both ways. These hitters were just flat out better than pitchers, and they were hitting balls out at incredible rates. So, how Major League Baseball responded to these steroid hitters was, well, then you got to blow it by them. So, for decades now, guys that throw 97, 98, or 99 are being picked over others. So, they're finding faster, and that's what the game has done. It doesn't matter. You just blow it by them.
A bit like tennis. When they're serving tennis and they're doing the 90 to 100 mile an hour serve sort of thing.
Yeah. It's gotten out of hand. And these pitchers don't pitch, they throw. And they're just throwing for one batter, maybe two at most. And then they're out. That's easy.
Right.
That is easy. You're going to overwhelm a batter that way. And if you get one guy to go 6 innings, you can turn it over to your bullpen. And that batter will face 2, maybe 3 hitters, and he's out. That's it. It's the pitchers will have the advantage.
Okay.
You want to make the game fair like it used to be? 10 pitchers. That's it.
Now give you a little bit more position players too. So
yeah, well, look, when you're carrying 8 pitchers on your staff, or even 10, I mean, come on, man, come on. They're actually carrying 10 pitchers. No, I'm sorry. They're carrying 10 relievers, man. It's crazy.
yeah, I guess so. Baseball. I don't know. Do you think baseball?
Well, maybe what they should do is they should do.
I don't know.
When I go to wrestling shows, and Scorekeeper and Big Dawg were actually with me for the first time that they came up here, where it's supposed to start at 6:30, and they didn't start letting people inside until 6:45. Remember?
Yep.
And then the announcer comes out and he goes, "Oh, well, we're going to start in 10 minutes," which means the show didn't start till 7:45, and by the time it ended, and the same thing happened last night.
Yep.
Hello.
You froze,
He's
Speedy.
frozen out.
Same thing happened last night.
Yep. Well, everything always goes back to wrestling. So
yeah, Speedy, you froze.
Yep, you froze. We can't even do
On
that.
your computer.
Clock.
Yeah. Liz has gone silent.
No, I'm here. I'm just laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you
That's
sound
what
a
you
lot
sounded
better.
like a little while ago, Liz.
Yeah, sounds a lot better.
I do sound better. Okay. No, the only thing while Speedy froze, the only thing that I wanted to comment on was the fact that today in 1942, in my opinion, one of the greatest linebackers was born.
Time out, Liz. Speedy.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a delay, but it looks like you're back. So hold that thought, Speedy. Liz, please go ahead and finish your thought. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Today in 1942, in my opinion, one of the greatest Hall of Fame linebackers, at least for college pro, was born. And I'm sure you guys can figure it out, although I'm not going to say what his greatest job was. But he did a little time acting as well. He was born in Chicago, Illinois. Anybody have a clue? No.
Well, it's no use asking me. I'm a Brit. I ain't got a clue.
Tony Dorsett.
God.
Yes.
No, Dick Butkus.
Yeah, Dick Butkus. Yeah. I was going to say that until you interrupted me, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
But he did acting and commercials too, right? He did both.
Correct.
For
Yeah.
a while there. And he did a bunch of beer commercials with the other guy. They were like a team that did these commercials. But yeah. So that's just he was born today in 1942. He's Hall of Famer too, right, Liz?
Hi, Liz.
Did Liz freeze too? Everybody's
She's
freezing.
suffering the Speedy syndrome now.
Well, Freedom.
no, the Speedy syndrome actually is Speedy eating noisy biscuits or eating something that's crunchy
Ooh,
because I
she
keep hearing
just
this
took
Speedy
a
boy.
shot at you, Speedy.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you back, Liz?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the internet connection from Speedy is affecting me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Speedy. Yes, of course it is.
Yeah.
It's all Speedy's fault.
All Speedy's fault.
Always is.
Well, I
Hey,
asked
hey,
you.
I am a fan of Transformers, so that might be the reason. It's just sending power to
God.
everybody's computers right now, affecting all of you. So that's great.
You're a fan of Transformers.
Transformers.
Ah,
Well, I asked you,
Every-
Liz, that Dick Butkus was a Hall of Famer, right?
correct. He was a Hall of Famer, college pro for the linebacker, as a pro linebacker.
Okay, that was
I'm trying to do 5 different things here at once. I don't have the stats in front of me for what he did with Bears, but that's I think possibly for the Bears as well.
Why the hell
So he
don't
did
you have
both
the
col-
stats in front of you?
Everybody should know who Dick
Because what? Oh yes, everybody should know who Dick Butkus is. But I just wanted to briefly touch on that and ask you guys trivia-wise what you figured out, and you guys didn't.
I was going to say it before. All right, never mind.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson. Yeah.
No. Jesus Christ, not OJ. No.
Jesus. Wow. There we go. Talking about my son again.
Do not put. No. God, no.
What was the day you said again, Liz?
Today's date, 1942.
1942.
Oh, my life
Yep.
has been altered irrevocably.
1942.
Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, damn. Sorry.
Yes, you
Yeah, you
did,
did.
and the rest of us can hear you.
No.
See if I bring bits and pieces of trivia next time.
You will.
The
You know
only
you
two
will.
I've got here for on this day in history is Billy Bremner, a Scottish footballer, and Dick Butkus, American college pro footballer.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That's the only
that's
two
what
I've got.
I said. That's literally what I said like 3 times.
Okay, it sounds like it's getting a little painful right now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it
do we
is.
have anything else to talk about? Wow, I think we've actually one of the rare times that we're coming up on the end. All right, look, Anime Girl, when are
Yes.
we doing? Oh, who do we lose? Oh, Gridiron Girl just barely bailed.
Oh man.
Okay,
Yeah, Real Girls.
when are we doing the program? Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, correct?
Yeah, I finish work next Friday.
All right, that's right, on the 17th.
Yeah.
Richard, Anime Girl, or Aisha and Richard, come up with a name. Make sure it's not offensive. I know, I'm asking both of you. How the hell is that going to happen?
Yeah.
You asked Richard for that?
I asked both of them.
I only trust one.
I don't know if I trust either
Oh.
one. So, that being the case, that's why I
Liz,
said
Liz
both
and
of them.
I. Go ahead, Roger.
Come up with a name.
All
So,
right.
tomorrow, there's a program at 3 p.m., correct?
Yes. We will be doing Rewatch Talk Live, and the movie will be a Christmas movie, Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay.
And I think Liz said we're going to have a guest whatever, another someone be on the show too.
Joshua D. Malley.
Okay. So there may be 3 of us. If anybody else wants to join to talk about Christmas with the Cranks.
Ooh, okay, that's tomorrow. On
What? Scorekeeper.
yes,
How about Talk Shop?
what about it?
Ooh, okay.
Your name. Talk Shop.
Like I said, you and Richard make a decision.
But people that can't talk will be offended by it.
Yeah, damn it.
So
true.
next Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, the Battlestar Galactica review program will be continuing at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to be looking at the original series in 1978, the premiere. And then on Friday, we have additional guests. You may want to check that out. And of course, Sports Talk with the Guys rounds it off on Saturday morning again. So that's what we're looking at for right now on the calendar. There are some other events happening. Check it out all at ndbmedia.net. And yeah, looks like I'm done. Speedy, do you have any other announcements or anything?
No, but going back to my thought that you had me keep in my mind, I was saying that, when you and Big Dog came up here for that first show, where we didn't start until 6:40 because they had opened the doors at 6:30, and then the show didn't start until 7:45, and then you guys were like, "Oh my God, it's already almost 1 a.m." And I think it was Big Dog that was like, "I'm driving." I'm like, "Oh, okay, good luck with that." Yeah, I think sports need to, just for the hell of it, baseball in general, since that's what you guys were talking about a minute ago, just delay the game. You're delaying it anyway. Have manager meetings, meet with the pitchers, and pretend that you're actually doing something when we know you're not.
Well, they have cut down on how many times you can go visit the pitcher.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We'll see. Look, baseball's changed. It is what it is. I still like minor league ball. I get to as many games as I can down there, so we'll see.
Okay.
All right. Who knows? Maybe I'll head north next year, and Liz and I can take in because they have several minor league teams up there.
Do they?
Yeah. What?
Oh, they
We
do?
have the River Cat.
Is it the Visalia Cow Patties? Or is it the Stanton Horse Apples?
Ha ha ha. It's the River Cats. Thank you very little.
River cats, huh?
Yeah.
That's
You know
like
that,
water.
you know that cats don't like water.
Exactly. See? Two sensible
Well,
people.
ours normally do.
Oh,
Ooh.
Do your cows like water?
Is that what she
I
said?
don't know. They don't leave my house. Remember all the pictures I admitted to that were living in my house? Or did you not see that?
I do not recall.
I knew it.
Well, that was diplomatic.
I'm running behind. It was a horrible week, so I'm barely catching up.
Oh, I see. Right.
All right, folks. I think that's going to be it then. I do want to thank everyone that did join us. Almost the entire family was on with us. Had Tony been on and Dreem, it would have been perfect. But you know what? Dream's doing what his dream is doing. Folks,
He was living the dream.
I'm sure he is. So, that being the case, who knows? When I go to Texas, I may not stop by there. Just kidding. I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh,
Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I might just zoom
Are
on
you
by.
gonna visit Jag when you go to Texas? Is that the goal?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe, maybe not. I have to go and see family out there in Dallas.
Oh, all right. I didn't know what the. All right, that's cool.
I may, but Jag is like way down south.
He is,
Yeah, he's in like Alston or something like that.
and you got to be careful because you'll be closer to the border.
yeah, you might get done for being illegal.
Good Lord.
Wow. I didn't say it.
I did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty then. I'm starving. I am
Make
hungry.
sure you have your credentials with you, Roger.
Oh yes, yeah, especially with this accent.
Yeah.
I have been in Ontario, and police have come up doing those DUI checks and everything. And one time actually said, "Senor, we need to check your ID." Shouldn't I be checking yours? I swear to God. I was like, how could I be mistaken? Especially with the snooty attitude. But that's okay. That's another thing for another story. I better have my documentation with me, and I should. But when I can answer the basic questions more than law enforcement can, there's issues in America. Ladies and
Peace
gentlemen, I
out.
want to
Yeah.
thank everyone for joining us. That was a political commentary, so it's all good. Peace and long life to everyone. Thank you, Speedy. Thank you, Sybil. Thank you, Anime Girl. Thank you, Almighty. Big Dog, Gridiron Girl,
Exactly.
Ice Queen, Engineer. Am I forgetting someone? I'm sure I am. No, I think that's everyone that we had today.
That's everyone we had today, boy.
All right.
All
See
right.
you guys
Take
on
care,
the other
everyone.
side.
Take care, everyone. We have made it to the 1 o'clock hour.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Oh, gee, you just tried to get that in.